We are live! And we are waiting for the C8 Corvette to be revealed. How many people are with us? Oh, we got 28 people with us. That's awesome. That's it, 30! Oh boy, okay. So, if you guys are looking for the reveal, it is coming up. We're gonna do this all together. Grab your beers because we're gonna have fun tonight. And yeah, let's get to it. First, it is a pleasure to be here with you guys. I'm really excited to be a part of this and show it live. I see that we have a lot of people in. We have a lot of people commenting. I have to go grab my beer, but I'll wait for a little bit until we all get situated here. But one of the things that I thought was really fun, I want to play this for you guys. This is right on the Chevy website, and here we go. I think. Uh-oh.
If you receive breakfast.
Okay, we are back. Oh my gosh, that was messed up. Well, I know what to do if we run into that shit again. Okay, so we're back, and I hope you guys are back with us because we are back. And now let's try to play that thing again while I go get a beer.
If you receive breakfast, all right. Let's go.
All right. We are ready to rock. Everybody got their beers in hand? Okay, so what we're going to do right now is we are going to talk about what we're expecting from the C8. I'm sure by now you guys have seen a lot of the reveals, but we don't know if they're true or not. We're going to find out in just a little bit. Now, if you guys don't want to see me, well, kind of too bad, I guess. Nah, I'm just kidding. If you want to watch us on TV, you know, here's a good shot to do it. But if you want to watch it on the Chevy website, it's media.chevrolet.com, and you'll be able to watch it there. It's going to be, oh my gosh, it's going to be 46 more minutes? I thought it was supposed to be revealed in like 15 more minutes. Well, it looks like we're going to have more than one beer. I hope you guys are ready to do this with me, because here we are. What I want to do right now is I want to ping out everybody here. What do you guys think of the leaked images? I'm going to pull a couple of them up right now. Let's see. Where did I save them? So, what do you guys think of this back end? See, I kind of like this. It's definitely a mid-engine. If this is real, it is definitely a mid-engine. I mean, we're all expecting it to be a mid-engine. It's like, duh, that's what we're all here for. But, you know, some of the features here, I mean, this is a really exotic car. And there's only one thing I really don't like about this thing. And it's right here. The damn tailpipes are square. Like, I don't feel like that fits. I feel like that's going to be the first modification that most people make. You know, it seems like if that's going to be square, why isn't the rest square? What's up? Man, so, let's see, what else do we have here? The back shot. Now this is one of those shots that, holy crap. I feel like this shot right here is incredible. Now, somebody pointed out that this Stingray emblem right here seems out of place. So we don't know if this Stingray emblem is actually a legit or not. It's kind of crazy. I don't know if this is real, but it looks real. It looks great. I feel like this is the money shot. This is the shot that makes everything freaking nuts. Now, again, for those of you just joining in, this is some of the leaked photos that came out today. Whether these are the real photos or not, I can't say. But that's a wild looking photo right there. I gotta tell you guys, I put my money down a little while ago with Mike Davenport, the Chevy dude, and if it is like this, it's gonna be money well spent. It's gonna be pretty cool. But what do you guys think? I'm gonna read a couple of the comments, a couple of your questions if you want. I'm refreshing my laptop right now so I can actually read this stuff as quickly as possible. Let's see. Retard. Damn it. Let's see. Shout out to the president of Magnuson Superchargers getting his hands dirty and helping customers out at Camaro Fest. Yes, that was awesome. For those of you who saw our Camaro Fest video, the president of Magnuson was there and he was rocking out. He's also an awesome guy to drink some beers with. We definitely had a good time out at Bowling Green, Kentucky. And I was kind of thinking, man, maybe I should stay down there for a little bit further. But apparently this is all being revealed on the West Coast, which kind of sucks. Like, why wouldn't you reveal it at Bowling Green, Kentucky? But what they are planning to do is they're planning to take it from the West Coast and then visit all these dealerships. LT, I am not drunk yet, but there's a lot of time left before the reveal. The reveal is coming in 41 minutes and 53 seconds. And that's probably I mean, we could probably do a power hour together. Does anybody want to do a power hour with me? I'm actually debating because I have to work tomorrow. but a power hour would be pretty fun to reveal the Corvette. We're gonna, you know what we'll do a power half hour. I think that's gonna be probably more in line with what I can do. Okay, so I'm gonna drink this normally, but half hour in, we're doing a power half hour. Okay, so guys, get your beers. We're gonna have fun tonight. So let's see, what else? Okay, we got that shot. That's the shot that we were just talking about. Looks really, really, really impressive. I'm hearing a lot of chugs here, so I'm gonna try it a little bit. This seems to be the new Corvette logo compared to the C7 Corvette logo, which, I mean, it kind of goes like this. The C6 was like that. It's like it's getting a little narrower and narrower. At least that's what we think it's going to do. The Corvette logo has had a great staple. One of the fun tidbits about this, the Corvette logo was originally supposed to include the American flag, but right before the Corvette was revealed, the American flag was replaced because they didn't want it to be any kind of politics. And I think it was the legal team that said you can't use the American flag for this. So we have the Corvette logo, which is, I mean, it's as American as it gets, minus the American flag. So that's a fun little tidbit for you guys out there. And what site is the unveil? Well, we're going to watch the unveil live here. For those of you who are wondering, you're going to have to do it with me, and I'm going to shut up once it starts going live. But then we're, but if you don't want to watch me at all, I know I'm not the best guy in the world, but if you don't want to watch it, you have a way out. Just go to media.chevrolet.com. Yeah, we're gonna watch it together. So one of the fun things that I wanted to do is talk about the Corvette here. The leading into, this might be a legit photo as well. And then what we're going to end up doing is talking about like what we think the price is going to be, the power, the transmission, all that fun stuff, and then we're going to see what it actually is. And we're going to do this all in real time in this one video here, so that's going to be pretty awesome. Let's see. Yes, and anybody who's going to Area 51, let me know if they swap it. Oh, something's going on. There's a pre-show. So we have fun stuff going on. If you go to media.chevrolet.us, you'll see this pre-show. We are also having our own pre-show where you guys get to ask me questions. I did not get to read anything yet because I'm just talking my ass off and drinking beer. But if anybody's going to Area 51, as the chat is changing to, I absolutely would love to have footage from that. Maybe somebody should YouTube live from there. That would be pretty cool. Okay, so one of the well, let's talk about the interior real quick, and then we'll get into some of the other stuff. I'm going to leave that playing in the background, but I'm going to kind of switch out of it to just show that interior one more time. So the interior, the interior looks a bit sporty to me. The one thing weird about the interior is all the buttons for climate control and seating and windows. I think it's windows. Maybe not the windows, but all the like heated stuff, like everything is all on that center column. Like it's like a passenger oh shit handle. And I'm not sure how I feel about that. I mean, I guess it would be easy to just be like, boop. Maybe that makes sense for whatever that stuff is. That might be a window switch. I'm not sure, though. If it is a window switch, that's really weird, and that's like a disaster probably. But oh, Kristen's commenting in here. I can't see. Kristen, you're gonna have to do a super chat. You know, pay for me to see this stuff, for crying out loud. But yeah, so that's the weird thing right here to me is this section. It looks like we're actually going to have a decent sized cup holder or two, and then we're going to have a kind of oval. Well, it's more of a racing steering wheel with a big view of the dash. If this is true. Now we're not sure if this is actually true or not, so it's one of those things that we have to find out in a little bit of time here. Man, we're at 1,000 people watching? Holy shit. Subscribe to the Complete Street YouTube channel because we have a lot of fun shit coming up. In fact, tomorrow we are going to have the video about the C8 Corvette and what we thought it was and what it actually came to be. Basically what we're doing now, except it's going to not take an hour and change to do. We're going to do this in, well, we're going to smush it down into something realistic. Like, how do you stop the belt slip with lower and upper on the ZL1? Well, what ZL1? That's a great question. I'm happy to answer that and drink beer at the same time. C8, C7 driver's focused. So, let's see. And here's the front. This is what we are expecting the front to look like. These are, again, from leaked photos that are supposedly leaked photos. If it is, I'm going to switch to the other side here. I'm sitting on a child seat, so I can be low enough for this. But this looks pretty rad. I think that driving down the street in one of these, I'm going to get pulled over in 3 seconds, and I'm really, really, really excited to do that. I can't wait. In fact, I put a deposit down, so I'm going to be one of the first people that have one of the C8s. I put a deposit down a while ago. I'm like number 4 on a list. So hopefully I'll be getting it pretty quickly. And my plan is to basically do a burnout until the tires pop. Now, if somebody does it before me, well, it is what it is. But, you know, we'll we'll see. We'll see what happens. And yes, I absolutely will. In fact, I'll probably have another set of tires there ready to go. So after the tires pop, it'll go right back in the dealer, and it'll it'll get taken care of. So subscribe to the YouTube channel because there's going to be some crazy ass shit coming up on here. This is not a PG YouTube channel, just so you guys know. We tend to curse a decent bit, and yeah, the F-bomb is kind of common. I've had people ask me not. Uh-oh, something's going on. 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna switch it back to the other stuff.
1, 2, 3.
Somebody's.
Check.
They're definitely doing mic checks.
1, 2. Good.
I think their mic check's good. Do you guys think it's good? Because it sounds like it's good. Is my mic check good? Let's see. Our power hour. Ooh, I gotta get my shot glass. Okay, guys, you watch this for a sec. I'm gonna go get my shot glass so we can do that power hour. In 3 minutes, we're gonna start a power hour. Now you guys are gonna have to let me know, and I'm gonna bring down another beer. You guys are gonna have to let me know every minute. In fact, we should probably do a question every minute. My wife is probably gonna hate me once I come. But power half hour. That's what we're gonna do. Power half hour. And so guys, join me. Grab your shot glasses now because we start that in about 3 minutes. Chairs. The small ones. Oh boy, guys, I got a surprise for you. So I got my shot glass. It says it is a Family Guy shot glass. It's so whoa, ass ahoy, and we're going to do that power hour starting in 2 minutes, or power half hour, as we wait for this fun stuff to happen. And my surprise to you is the wife might come down and visit us. Okay, what beer am I drinking? I am drinking Leinenkugel Summer Shandy. Grab a chair. Here, you can sit. I'll kneel.
Hello.
Oh, there she is. I didn't read your comment though.
Oh, I made a few. I made a lot. I was hardcore trolling you.
Really?
Not trolling, but...
You want to do a power half hour with me?
No.
Why not?
It's too late for me.
I'm going to do one. Come on, join me. We'll have some fun then after, as we try to get up the stairs. JMT Motorsports says hey, and probably a bunch of other people.
Hey,
this is Chris.
hi.
For those of you who are wondering, this is Chris, and this is my wife. She's trapped with me. We have 3 kids. Yeah, you got to do a shot of beer.
I mean, I can...
Or do you want to do a real shot?
I don't...
You want to do a shot of beer?
No. I mean, I'm...
You want
Why
to just
wouldn't
drink?
I just drink a beer?
Do you want a beer? Here's a beer.
Oh, we got extras.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Oh, well, you said you could do a beer.
Well, I mean, I don't... Why would
Prove
I
it to everybody
shot
out there in YouTube land as we wait for the Corvette to be
I mean,
revealed.
I could drink a beer. I just don't really want to.
Drink a beer. Prove it. I don't think you can.
I want summer shandy.
What do you want?
Like Corona.
Okay, we don't have Corona. Drink a summer shandy.
Anyway.
Everybody's saying drink a beer.
So are you going to buy me the Corvette?
You have a Camaro. I bought you a Camaro, and I also bought you a Corvette.
Yeah, but like the new Corvette. How much are these things? You put a deposit down?
I did put a deposit down. It is a refundable deposit from the Chevy dude. That's Mike Davenport in Louisville, Kentucky. And I did put a deposit down pretty much as soon as it went up. And oh yeah, for whoever called her a gold digger, she makes a lot of money. I'm the trophy husband.
Participation trophy.
A participation trophy. Well, that's good. That's more than you usually say I do. Oh, we got to start this power hour. Okay, so power hours are one shot every minute. Let's see, where are we at? 10:31. Power hour. Doop doop doo. And I'm gonna get it ready for the next one. Oh, that's a big one. You're gonna have fun with me tonight.
I don't care.
So, while this stuff is playing in the background, which is awesome here, we're gonna go through a couple more things. Where were we? We were right here. Or scooch over just a little bit, hun. You don't know what I'm doing underneath here. Look at.
You're spilling beer.
I'm
That's
spilling.
what you're
That's a
doing.
party foul. I'm gonna take another shot. Okay, so look at this thing. This is a, not you, Kristen. You can.
No, we're trying to read the comments.
See, it's tough, right? It's
Yeah,
tough.
you
The
need
comments
to
are going so
balance it.
fast. The comments are going so fast that it's really, really, really tough for me to read them. Like
I need them on my phone.
Yeah, I mean they're
Andrew
tough.
made me subscribe to his channel.
Yeah.
And now
Yeah, now she trolls my channel.
I wasn't a subscriber until a few days ago.
Yeah, so I like the look of this. Hey, text over there.
No, I'm reading the comments because I can't see them on there.
What?
Well, I need
Well,
to know.
people are
if
trying to see the Corvette here.
Okay.
Yeah, gosh, woman. I'm gonna get in so much trouble. So the mid-engine, if this is right, I think this thing is a winner. Definitely a winner. I feel like you almost can't do wrong with this style right here. Shot! So, what color would I want? That is a fantastic question. I like the blue. So there is a nice looking blue color that I think my wife would really appreciate, and I do everything for my wife.
Are you even listening? I'm just trying to read the comments because you're being rude to people. You're not.
Well, you know what?
You're not responding.
Okay, here's what you do. You pick out the comments that you ask me some of the comments. How's that?
I said the
No.
cup holder. I wanted more information on the cup holders.
No. You read their comments. And 34. Okay,
Then
so
why is she asking you for a C8 if she gets paid a lot? I'm joking. I don't really want one.
woo, you got burned.
If you can't sense sarcasm, then move along.
So this is good teamwork here. You're. What else? What's the next question?
Thongs or commando? What do you prefer, Andrew?
For me to wear thong or?
Yeah.
Well, I don't want to wear a thong. I'd rather go commando. As far as you, I don't.
Oh, pricing. What's the
Pricing.
pricing on the car?
So, my sources tell me that the orders that are going in are expected to deliver 40,000 of these a year. Now, to deliver 40,000 units of this a year, the price cannot be too high that supply and demand take effect and shit goes down the hole here. So, for that to be a realistic goal, the price is probably going to start at 63. That is my educated guess. I do not believe that we're going to have anything higher than 67. We're going to find out in a little bit. We're going to find out, 35. For those of you just joining, we are doing a power hour. A power half hour until, the reveal happens. What? But so yeah, I think that somewhere between 63 minimum, maximum 66. for the base model. And then the options are probably going to be another 4,000 or 5,000 per tier. This was one of the things that everybody was worried about the C7 about the pricing, because they went from 48 to 53, I believe. No, it's 51.5. It was something like that. And everybody was thinking, oh, this is an $80,000 car. It's going to price everybody out. And then, boom, when they revealed it, it was only a minor increase over the previous generation. And I'm sure that that's exactly what's going to happen here. Now, that does not mean that the next trim levels, like the Z06 and possibly the Zora, which are rumored to be a twin-turbo V8 and then a twin-turbo V8 hybrid all-wheel drive, making 1,000 horsepower, those levels might be way up there in terms of price. What's the next question?
Well, someone's trolling you, saying, "Why are you so weird? Your wife's cheating on you."
Are you?
No.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be down here.
That's true. And why am I so weird? I blame my parents. Was it 36? Oh my
and
god.
make sure the boss don't see you drinking.
The
Aren't you the boss?
Yeah, I am the boss. And tomorrow's a flex day. So, but I mean, this is summer shandy. I'm only doing a power half hour, so that's going to be like 3 beers. I'm hoping to be fine.
Someone said, how much for that whip and your wife?
How much for what?
That whip and your wife.
That whip and my wife. Well, you can talk. You can definitely talk.
Someone said, you should cheat. This dude is gay.
I'm not gay. She can attest to that. Although you thought I was gay when you first met me.
I did.
It was sad. Sad. I showed her, though. We have 3 children. Okay, so let's see. What else we got? What's a good... You're helping me out, because I'm doing a power half
When
hour.
did you meet?
When did we meet? We met in college like 15 years ago.
Yeah, God.
It's such a long time.
14 years ago?
14?
Yeah,
It feels like a
2005.
lifetime. Feels like forever. Holy hell.
How did we meet?
I was trying to get with a roommate.
Someone said gayer than a French horn.
I can take it. You can try all you want. I don't care.
How much for a tuned Gen 4 Camaro?
Gen 4 Camaro, depending on what's done, it starts at 400, 500 with a camshaft, and it gets a little bit more expensive when you get into boost and speed density. And yeah, I think the prices are on our website, cspracing.com. So if you are interested, definitely hit us up.
Oh, someone wants to race the Denali.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Okay.
Joe.
Hey, Joe.
At Cecil.
Okay.
The disrespect is real with your audience. True.
It is. It's
Yeah.
okay. I thrive on it. And I'm drinking, so I don't give a shit what you guys think. I'm just here, ready to reveal the Corvette. What else we got? Look at that. Oh, C5 running around. Isn't that fun? Yeah,
2,000 people.
there are 2,000 people here. Shotgun a beer, if you can get one. I don't have any
Oh, that
cans.
means that you have to just break the glass.
Yeah, I'd have to
do
break
it.
let me get out my drill. I'll just slowly drill through so I can have
Just
an air hole.
bite it.
Well, you know what? If you have a straw, you could do it with a straw. Because then you put the straw in, and that'll be your air thing. Ooh. So, power-wise, we are expecting somewhere around 500 rear-wheel, well, not rear-wheel, 500 horsepower. And that's probably going to be what are you laughing at? My neck comment?
Yeah, someone said your neck is very wide. I tell him all the time he has a big neck.
It is.
How do you even get a neck that big?
I don't know. Genetics. So we are expecting it to be at least 500 horsepower, especially because the previous Corvette was 460, 465. Say rear wheel 10 times. Now, you know what? Here's a challenge for you guys out there. Say toy boat 5 times really fast.
Someone said, looks like Andrew cut his hair with Play-Doh scissors.
I paid for this. Still 40. Let me know when it hits 41. So, I did pay for this haircut. Yes. When I like push it up and do stuff with it, it looks okay. I love the trolls. Yeah, stop reading the troll comments.
No.
Hey, read some of the like legit questions, because those are the people that actually watch our channel. Somebody said something about an inner chiller. I saw inner chiller.
Yeah.
I can't read these. They're coming.
Where is the preview video? Will you twin turbo the vet? How much you pay? Oh, is that a troll?
I don't know.
You need to go to Westchester Barbershop on High Street. What is the engine in the C8?
That's a good question. Finally, a good question.
From Texas.
So the engine in the C8 is rumored to be the LT2, which is just going to be a more improved version of the LT1. That's all. At least that's what we know right now, or think we know right now, because Chevy could throw us a curveball and say, hey, this is not right. We are also expecting the transmission. Now, I know the transmission is going to be a DCT, and that's going to be a dual clutch. It is all automatics, even though it's a clutch. It's going to be all automatics. They're expecting 40,000 automatics per year here, and no other option. So 40,000 cars per year. And oh, please full screen on the background. You got it.
Yeah.
Boop. There you go. Is that better? Or should I put the? I can. Here. How's that? Does that look better? So we are expecting 1,000 units per year with a DCT, and also the LT2. That's what is rumored right now. What does that say? Freddie something? They said it changed the block to make it fit mid-engine. Do you know what's different? The bell housing.
How many liters?
So the rumored liters are still going to be 6.2 liter right now, and then when they get to the Z06, it looks like it's going to drop down to a 5 liter twin turbo dual overhead cam. But I don't know that they're going to reveal any of that today. Oh, did I miss a power hour? Oh no. For those of you just joining, we are doing a power hour while we're doing this. So stuff's going to get pretty interesting soon. How many of you guys are drinking with me? Well, somebody just asked. I was just explaining. Yes, it is a power hour. How many of you guys are drinking with me? Anybody doing a power hour with me?
No,
Am I the only one doing a power hour?
Nobody is.
I feel like I'm doing... Damn it! I'm the only one doing a power hour?
Yeah.
Oh, somebody just came back from victory.
What
That's
are your
local
first
to us.
mods going to be?
So first mods, I'm going to show you guys this again. Go back.
Oh, others are drinking with you.
Fantastic. So first mod is probably going to be this exhaust. I usually don't go for catbacks, but this exhaust right here, in the preview photos, it looks like it's square tips. Now that could just be people rendering this stuff and making it out to look like square tips. It could be Chevy's playing a prank on us. The square tip, I don't think really plays with the rest of the car. But if that's the case, that will be the first modification that I do to it, besides new tires, because I'm going to do a massive burnout in the parking lot when I pick mine up and rip those tires to shreds. Literally take them down to the cords, roll them right into the dealership, and have new tires put on the new car.
Why? Why would you do that? Do you like inner chiller? Is it a tough install? Do you know how to stop belt slip with lower ATI 18% and small script tech and stock snout?
Yes.
Explain your inner chiller again.
Okay, so I'll explain the inner chiller, but then we'll get back on more C8 questions. But the inner chiller uses the AC system of a car to cool the coolant going into the blower. Effectively becomes the heat exchanger. So your heat exchanger right now can only hit ambient temperatures. Now, if power hour, if you have the AC system working on it, you can actually go sub-ambient and way sub-ambient. Like my inner chiller was bringing me into the 40s on a 100-degree day in Galat, North Carolina, not too long ago. Which is pretty awesome because it's winter year-round, basically. Whew. I'm like, so she's sitting on a chair and I'm kneeling right now, just so you guys know, and it's like being in church. Uh-oh. So, what's
How
next?
many cubic inches is the C8Z06?
The C8Z06 is rumored to be 5 liters. And yeah, that's it. That's all I got for you. It's supposed to be 5 liters twin turbo. And then there's whatever the C8Z01 or ZR1 or C8 Zora, whatever, might be that same 5-liter twin turbo with all-wheel drive from a hybrid system, taking it up to 1,000 horsepower, which should be nuts.
Is the C8 going to be easier or harder to keep cool as we mod them heavily?
I would expect it to be harder to keep cool. I'm sure that on the front side of the C8 there is a lot here, move over a little bit. There's a lot of real estate up here. From modding purposes, I imagine we will be able to put like more rads up front as needed and probably hurt your airflow. But it should be able to keep it cool. Again, for those of you just joining in, we are doing a power hour as we lead up to the C8 reveal, and I am taking it out of Family Guy shot glasses. Brian thanks you.
Which aftermarket company will blow up the first C8?
Well, that depends what your definition of blow up is. That's not supposed to be a Bill Clinton answer, but depends. So will it be us? I don't know. But we are going to have one of the first ones. Now, one of the problems with the C8 that we are expecting to have is it is running on a global B architecture, which basically is super duper encryption, meaning that we may not be able to tune it for quite some time until the solution is made. Solution being like the ZR1 that was just in the background here, an unlocked computer.
How much does a C8 weigh?
How much does a C8 weigh? Oh man, we don't know yet. We're definitely going to find out. So in just a couple minutes here, well, in fact, in 1 minute, we're going to start getting a reveal of the C8 on here. There's going to be a preview, and then in 10 more minutes, the C8 gets revealed. Wow, we got 2,700 people watching me drink. Excellent. Don't forget to subscribe to the Complete Street YouTube channel, because we are going to have a video when I sober up about the C8, a very short video, and then we're going to talk more about it, as well as some of the cool shit that we have in the channel. And then when I get my C8, which I did put a deposit down, I'm like number 4 or 5 or so with Mike Davenport, the Chevy dude from Louisville, Kentucky. We're going to do some ridiculous shit right away with it. I don't think it's going to make it. Oh shit! Oh my god! She's yeah.
My name is Leah Say, and it is an honor.
Hi, Leah.
Across the globe.
Okay, let's watch this. I'm going to join you guys. We're going to comment together. Did you fart? She farted. It wasn't Leah.
Oh, someone did ask a question.
Yeah.
If the car starts to knock because of spark advance, can you add fuel and area in the pre-table AFR ratio?
What's that?
I'm currently at hangar number 2.
The car starts to knock because of spark advance. Can you add fuel in the area in the P table AFR ratio? Yes. Sometimes you can. Sometimes you can't.
Measuring.
Let's listen to her.
More than
Bye, everyone.
3 football
Bye, Kristen.
fields long. Y'all, this place is massive.
Mm. Did she just say y'all?
And it served as an operations base for World War II and the Vietnam War. It was an air facility during the Korean War, and it was the country's first air facility developed solely for helicopter operations. So as a daughter of an Air Force veteran, someone who grew up hanging out, going to hangars, this opportunity and this venue right now was so cool. I really geeked out when I saw it. Well, soon you will see the 2020 Chevrolet Corvette Stingray and all of its glory. And I can personally say, for the last few weeks, I've had the opportunity to see the vehicle in person, and it is absolutely breathtaking.
That's a C7 right there.
Tonight, you're going to have the opportunity to hear from Chevrolet leadership, engineering, and some special guests about the highlights and background of this first ever mid-engine Corvette. And folks, we are just moments away from kicking things off and getting things started. But before we do, earlier today I had the opportunity to speak to some Corvette owners and some special guests about tonight.
So, who watching actually owns a Corvette?
It's that no matter who you talk to and where they're from, everyone seems to share some special memory or story about the Corvette, and I want to share some of those
I own a Corvette too. I have a twin turbo C7. Oh man, lots of people. We're like brothers. Here, I'm waving. That's the Corvette wave.
Hey folks, I'm
Ooh,
currently here
shit.
with Harlan Charles, who is the product manager for Chevrolet and Corvette.
That audio got a lot
Thank you
better.
so much for being here today.
Oh, it's great to be here, and what we're doing, we're revealing the 2020 Corvette, which has a new mid-engine architecture, 8th generation Corvette, first time it's
Confirmed
been-
mid-engine.
And it's really exciting. It's been a long process to get here.
Not that that wasn't like a
As the product
surprise.
manager for Corvette, and this is really the culmination of a lot of years of work to see this come out today.
Absolutely. Now, for those folks that might not know you at home, can you tell us a little bit more about yourself and the work that you've done on the team?
Yeah, so I'm the Corvette product manager for Chevrolet and involved in the strategic part of this car from the beginning and bringing this new architecture to the Corvette. And what we really want to do is give our customers their dream car. We want to take everything they love about the Corvette today, but add to it mid-engine, exotic car, performance, attributes, fun to drive, appearance, all that, and really create the ultimate dream sports car.
Absolutely. Now, when thinking about customer feedback, was there any time where you and your team were able to really implement customer feedback into the development of this vehicle?
Oh yes, the thing about Corvette, you don't have to go out and ask a lot of opinions. It's a fan-based car, and we get a lot of customer feedback on the forums, going to races, going to the Corvette Museum and club events. They come to us, and we really feel like we put together the car of their dreams, and we're very excited about it.
Yeah, absolutely. That's incredible. Now, final question I have for you. I had the chance to do some digging, and I learned that you are a road tripper and that you've been to 49 states and 10 provinces in Corvettes. What has been your favorite road trip in a Corvette?
Well, like you said, the Corvette Roadtrip is a great car for it, and we're making sure the new car is capable of that too. And my favorite trip had to be probably the trip to Alaska on the Alaska Highway to show what
So-
the Corvette can really do.
Yeah,
This is
absolutely.
just
Thank you so
filler
much
stuff.
for your time,
It is
Harlan.
going to be
Appreciate it.
5 more minutes until the Corvette is revealed.
Thank you.
Just so you guys know.
I just love,
And her audio sucks.
no matter what I
Her
do,
audio is like horrible.
always provides some unique facts about the Corvette. You know, when I was talking to him earlier today, he let me know
What- so-
he's been working on Corvette.
I'm going to just lower her down because
So,
she's just
I've really been able to
blabbing.
Corvette from the 5th generation all the way up to the 8th generation currently in the mid-engine. So, he's
So what we do now is it is a mid-engine. We kind of knew that. And what we expect is probably... Uh-oh, beer time. It's probably a $63,000 price point, starting price point. And then we are expecting it to be an LT2 with about 500 horsepower and either a 7-speed or an 8-speed DCT transmission. I'm not sure which. No. Yep. DCT transmission that should be pretty wild. Now, I really like the 10-speed automatic that's in my ZL1. That thing is insane, and if it can be anything like that, which I'm sure it will be even better, it's going to be out of this world. I'm really looking forward to it. We are expecting, we're expecting a lot of good things from the Corvette. We are expecting that it's going to have Global B architecture, which will unfortunately mean that it's going to be a process to break into and tune. Power hour. But that's what we're expecting, and we are going to find out in about 4 minutes. 4 minutes. That means 4 more shots of beer. I think I have enough left here. We've gone through 3 beers so far. It's only a half a power hour. So, power half hour. And I'm going to turn the volume up a little bit now so we can hear whatever they're talking about. But I'm sure it's just filler shit because, you know, that's what they're doing. The real stuff happens in 4 minutes, and that's really what we want to see.
I've worked with GM for 19 years, and this is probably the most exciting program I've ever worked
Whoever
with.
hates corn, you
Being that
suck.
I am the voice of the customer, and we get to travel and talk to our customers firsthand. There's nothing like seeing them together our product.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you both for being here.
Oh, they're stalling.
Hey folks, I'm currently with Bruce and Michael from the Peterson Automotive Museum in Los Angeles, California. Thank you both so much for being here today.
It's a privilege and an honor, and we're as excited.
This is a concept car in the background.
Absolutely. No, Bruce, can you give us a little bit more detail?
This was supposed to be a mid-engine car,
We're celebrating our 25th anniversary.
so that's pretty cool that they have it in the background there.
To unveil one of the greatest American cars ever, right?
Yeah.
And that will be on the 27th and 28th.
Who
So
takes
the
shots of
Peterson
beer?
Automotive
We're doing a power hour. Haven't you heard of a power hour?
World. And it's spectacular. We cover the gamut from, you know,
I'm not drunk
antique
yet,
cars
but
to
there's still time.
current race cars. So it's got something for everybody. We currently have
At least put it in a mug. I could just drink it out of the
movie
bottle.
car, dream cars from Star Wars, from Mad Max to Corvette
Power
race
hour.
cars. The first Corvette to run Le Mans and one of the last Corvettes to win Le Mans. So we're
Wow.
big Corvette fans, I can tell you, top to bottom.
Yeah, and how do you...
Some of them are on loan, like a couple of the Corvette race cars are my personal cars, so we borrow them from collectors, and then some of them we. So we have about over 300 cars at the museum. So it's quite an array, something for everybody.
Something for everyone, which is absolutely incredible. Now, Michael, what is it about the Corvette that inspires so much passion and loyalty in people?
And really affordability. I mean, if you look at how that car stacks up against everything from its European competitors, it just blows them right out of the water.
Yeah, absolutely. And I love that you touched on what's important to customers. So when thinking about owners,
Yeah.
what does the new mid-engine Corvette mean to owners, maybe like you all or folks
Yeah.
across the world?
I think it means competition. I mean, that's what Corvette's about, right? I mean, it kind of brings up the bar of everybody else. And, you know, that car, the prototype was from '76 for the mid-engine Corvette. And now that it's come back, it's been a long time in the making. Everybody's really excited to see it,
Yeah.
including us to have it on display. Yeah.
Okay,
I heard
1 minute.
you all have an event at the
1
end of the month.
minute!
Can you talk to me a little bit more about that event?
So we're celebrating Zords,
Woo!
the grandfather of the Corvette, on the 27th and 28th of July. And on the 28th, we're doing a rally with one of our Corvettes in the collection to the Peterson. And then that's the public day.
This is
So
previously
anybody
recorded.
can
It says
actually
previously
buy a
recorded up there.
Peterson and come see that car. The C8, yeah.
Jack,
Well, thank you all.
Dirty
again
Max
so much
Jack
for being
keeps
here
on
tonight.
messaging me,
Best
for those
wishes
of you
for your
wondering.
event at the end of the month. Thank you.
Okay, here we go.
Thank you.
I'm going to move out of the way, I think. 11 o'clock, or, excuse me.
No, there were hundreds and hundreds of folks earlier flooding into this room, all excited, all in anticipation about the 2020 Chevrolet Corvette Stingray. Now, for those of you that are just joining us live, please join the conversation on Twitter using hashtag Corvette.
Fuck that, just talk in here.
@Chevrolet.
Excuse my language.
Now, folks,
Okay.
You're just moments
I'm gonna go get
away
another beer.
from kicking things off. So,
Join,
since
get
the
another
first
beer.
thing, I think
You need
so.
another beer.
So without further ado, folks, let's go.
Oh shit, never mind. I'm not getting another beer. got an idea. I'm gonna turn the lights down a little bit.
9, ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. 32 minutes past the hour. Liftoff on Apollo 11.
Astronauts Dr. Mae Jemison and Captain Scott Kelly.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Dr. Mae Jemison, an engineer, educator, physician, former astronaut. And on this very day, in 1969, the crew of Apollo 11 was approximately 176,000 nautical miles from Earth. They were traveling at a speed of 3,200 feet per second to the moon. To put that speed into perspective, your travel time from the Los Angeles airport, which is approximately 32 miles away, would be 53 seconds. And less than 48 hours from right now, we will celebrate the 50th anniversary of the day 3 courageous men embarked on a journey from the Earth to a truly uncharted place, carrying with them the hopes and determination of thousands of women and men who conceived, designed, engineered, built, and supported the endeavor. And buoyed by the goodwill and the imagination of people around the world, they landed safely on the moon. This successful mission forced millions of people to redefine the idea of what was possible. But you see, as a young girl growing up on the south side of Chicago, I knew chapter and verse of the Gemini and the Apollo missions, the engineering sequence to get humans to the moon. I was excited about space, science, and exploration. I like dinosaurs, space and dinosaurs. But my 7th grade teacher told me to consider becoming an aerospace engineer because they're the ones who build spaceships. You know, popular television shows like The Jetsons, Lost in Space, and of course my favorite, Star Trek, they started people to thinking about space. And in a way, real-life space exploration fueled science fiction, and science fiction fueled real-life space.
I'm Scott Kelly, retired U.S. Navy captain and former NASA astronaut. As a 5-year-old boy, I too watched the Apollo 11 mission on television and was in awe. It's one of my earliest and most vivid memories. Then at the age of 18, I read the book, The Right Stuff, by Tom Wolfe, an amazing story that chronicles the first 15 years of America's space program. The book defined my destiny. I knew right then and there the next step to becoming an astronaut was to first get an engineering degree, then become a fighter pilot, and later a test pilot. Eventually piloting and then commanding the U.S. Space Shuttle, twice launching on a Russian Soyuz spacecraft, and living on the International Space Station for nearly a year, where for me, truly, dreams come true. And they were made possible because of the brave and talented aviators, designers, engineers, and others who worked on the space programs before me.
The quest to land a human on the moon and bring them back safely to Earth required thinking that wasn't merely out of the box. For most people, it seemed outside the realm of possibility. The scientific, engineering, and creative thinking that led to Apollo 11's success would foster other scientific discoveries and technologies that have benefited us right here on Earth and that propel us further into space. Every innovation builds on the one before it. While in space, as we orbited the Earth, I saw my hometown of Chicago. And more importantly, on this space laboratory, I worked on 43 life science and materials experiments, semiconductor processing, frog embryology. And as a physician, the experiments to understand first the effects of weightlessness on the human body and how to counteract them was key. Because of course, all of this helped us to prepare for extended duration human flight.
In fact, the purpose of my most recent 340-day mission was to study these long-term effects of extended spaceflight on a human guinea pig.
I'm studying beer.
Yours truly. In an effort to better prepare us for future trips to Mars and beyond. Bad stuff happens to our physiology while we're in space. We lose bone and muscle, our immune systems are degraded, there are vision effects, even changes to our DNA. In fact, 7% of my gene expression changed during my year-long mission, and as far as I'm told, hasn't changed back. Not exactly sure what that means, but I hope it's a good thing. NASA researchers benefited from conducting tests on both me and my identical twin brother, Mark, also a former NASA astronaut who remained right here on Earth. And the results were reassuring. While in space, the human body adapted to the extreme environment of space, but make no mistake, there's still much more to learn.
Take a drink every time he says space.
That's what's so exciting about space exploration. It's learning and purposefully expanding beyond what we know how to do. Similar out-of-the-box thinking that 50 years ago made the Apollo 11 mission a success, it's now being applied to map the boundaries of human interstellar flight within the next 100 years. And once again, all along the way, these scientific discoveries and technological advances will enhance life on Earth. As the principal of 100-Year Starship Initiative, our main objective is to be sure that the yet undiscovered capabilities for human interstellar flight, that is going beyond our solar system to another star, that those capabilities exist within the next 100 years. The truth is, we believe pursuing an extraordinary tomorrow creates a better world today.
When many of those that push these boundaries of possibility return to Earth, they piloted a much different craft, the iconic Chevrolet Corvette. Corvettes.
I'll drink to that.
Corvettes and astronauts have long been linked. Pilots like high performance, precise, and safe modes of transportation. And of course, they've got to be fast. And like a rocket, the Corvette you're about to see has the engine in the back.
Space! Drink!
Like many people here and watching around the world, I'm a huge fan, having owned 2 different generations of the Corvette myself. And tonight we're here to celebrate an important milestone in U.S. and automotive history. Here to tell you more is someone who knows a thing or two about Corvettes. Please welcome GM Executive Vice President and President of the Americas, Barry Engel.
Hi, Barry. Can you just show us the goddamn car already?
So Captain Kelly and Dr. Jemison, thank you. Thank you for being here with us tonight. Thank you for sharing your personal insights into what it takes to overcome challenges, to push the boundaries, and do what no one has ever done before. It's really a true honor to hear your stories. You know, as Captain Kelly said, astronauts and Corvettes have been linked since the very beginning of the space program, when Alan Shepard reported for training in April of 1959, driving his 1957 Corvette. Shepard would go on to own at least 10 Corvettes in his lifetime. Several of the other adventurous and dedicated young men who trained with him to become America's first astronauts also shared his enthusiasm for sports cars. Shortly after Shepard became the first American in space, General Motors executive Ed Cole presented the astronaut with a new white 1962 Corvette. The car had been outfitted by GM designers with a customized space-age interior. This early Corvette astronaut connection, which began with Shepard, might have faded in the years that followed, if not for Florida Chevrolet dealer Jim Rathman. Rathman was a race car driver who, after winning the 1960 Indianapolis 500, opened a Chevrolet Cadillac dealership in Melbourne, Florida, near the Space Center. He negotiated a special program with GM to get astronauts into Chevrolet cars. Many of the Mercury and Apollo astronauts took Rathman up on his Corvette offer. Two-lane blacktop duels fought between Shepard and astronaut Virgil Gus Grissom in their big block-powered Corvettes would truly become the stuff of legend. In his quest for a competitive edge, Grissom had his last Corvette, a 1967 convertible, specially geared and modified for accepting extra-wide rear racing tires. When Apollo 12 astronauts Dick Gordon, Charles Conrad, and Alan Bean ordered new 1969 Corvettes, they asked that the identically equipped 427 Stingray coupes be custom finished in a special black-accented Riverside Gold color scheme that was designed by Bean himself. Corvette gained huge exposure when it famously appeared in the June 1971 issue of Life magazine. Apollo 15 lunar mission crew members Jim Irwin, Al Worden, and Dave Scott have been photographed with their Corvettes in a training version of the first lunar rover vehicle, or moon buggy, which they would deliver to the moon. The Apollo 15 crew members, their Corvettes were each a different color: red, white, and blue. Dual racing stripes on each car completed the colors of the American flag. Almost everyone has a story of the first time they saw a Corvette. I remember like it was yesterday. I was a little kid, and the neighbor across the street had a son who would occasionally come to visit. And the son, he rolled in style. He drove an early C3. It must have been about a 68 or a 69. It was one like the Apollo pioneers drove. My dad, he always liked cars, and the Corvette caught his attention. But I didn't need Dad to tell me it was cool. Even as a young kid, I could tell that Stingray with rally wheels and a rumbling V8 was really something special. Corvette is truly an American icon. No other sports car nameplate has been roaming the streets or dominating the tracks as long as Corvette. After 66 years and 7 generations, Chevrolet's Corvette has garnered a passionate global family, and many of them are here tonight or watching around the world. From all of us at Chevrolet, thank you for joining us for this milestone event. Now,
cheers! Cheers! Yeah!
I could literally spend the entire show listing the thousands of Corvette's achievements. But first, there isn't enough time. And second, I'm sure I've missed something that would cause a fantastic and passionate debate. It is this passion for Corvette that unites our fans and our customers. This same passion drives our designers, our engineers, our suppliers, and of course, the entire manufacturing team here in the U.S., specifically in Bowling Green, Kentucky, where we proudly build this great car.
And 28 more subscribers until we hit 30,000.
January 17th, 1953, Chevrolet revealed the Corvette Dream Car at New York's Waldorf Astoria Hotel as part of GM's traveling auto show known as Motorama. Not even the founding fathers of Corvette, designer Harley Earl, architect...
Woo! 30,000 subscribers! Thank you guys!
Belgian-born engineer Zora Arkus Duntov, none of them could have imagined the automotive legend they were launching. With more than 1.7 million produced, the Corvette has long been the crown jewel of Chevrolet. It has always represented Chevrolet's best in design, performance, and technology, all at a great value. Like their kindred spirits who made aviation and space exploration possible, our designers and engineers have been similarly inspired by every generation of Corvette to push the technical limits of propulsion, materials, precision engineering, design, and aerodynamics. We've not only pushed the envelope on our production cars, but we have been working behind the scenes for decades to design and engineer mid-engine research vehicles that pushed even further, all in preparation for this moment. Earlier, Scott and May outlined the importance of creatively blending engineering and design to make great things happen, and the importance of focusing on every detail. The next generation Corvette is not just about imaginative breakthrough engineering or breathtaking design. It's about both. And it's about every detail reimagined. What you're about to see is a milestone achievement for GM, for Chevrolet, and for Corvette. This car is a powerful testament to the creativity, imagination, discipline, and perseverance of the men and women who had the courage to dream and journey to places where few, if any, have ever gone before. Ladies and gentlemen, the all-new 2020 mid-engine Corvette.
Here we go! It looks like a B-2 bomber.
Please welcome the President of General Motors, Mark Royce.
This is the day. Well, finally, here it is, ladies and gentlemen. What do you think? I think I speak for a lot of us here when I say it's hard to believe this is really actually happening. Before I tell you about the car, I have to say that we are all incredibly thrilled and honored by the presence of the true American heroes that kicked off our show tonight. So thanks so much for joining us. Thank you so much.
Did he just turn it off? I think he just turned it off.
I mean, I was a little kid, and watching these grainy images, I was completely blown away by the moon landing.
Look at the wipers!
The moon lander and the man walking on the moon. And we were all thinking, this country is the best. I built an incredibly detailed model of the Apollo lunar module. When I was finished, it felt like the coolest thing I'd ever done. I built many other model rockets after that, like the kind you can launch right in your backyard, but that's a different story for a different day. Today, it is almost impossible to think that it's been 50 years this week since the Apollo 11 landing. 50 years. After all those years, here I am at the launch of another engineering marvel, another one that blows my mind, makes my spine tingle, that makes me proud to be an American, and that makes me want to build things. Appropriately, for a vehicle that's been an American icon since 1953, the new generation represents one giant leap for Corvette. The 2020 Chevrolet Corvette is, true to the vision of creator Zora Arkus-Duntoff, a mid-engine supercar. The C8 is everything Zora dreamed of, with technology he never could have imagined. For me personally, seeing the Corvette and meeting Zora for the first time all trace back to growing up in this great business. On many weekend afternoons, my dad took me to work with him at the GM Tech Center in Warren, Michigan, specifically the Chevrolet Engineering Building, where the Corvette came to life. I spent many of those rides to Warren hunched in the rear flat area of Corvette coupes. On the way home, they would take me by the GM Research Building lobby to see the Firebirds in the original Silver Stingray. I just loved everything about it. And they used to have a swap meet in Warren down the road from the GM Tech Center where they'd sell Chevrolet heads and parts and all kinds of stuff. On one of those weekend trips to work when I was about 10, I begged my dad to stop at the swap meet so we could check it out, and he did. We go inside the huge warehouse-like building to look around, and there's Zora. I'd never seen him before, but you could tell right away that he was someone special. He was sitting there holding court, signing all kinds of things for all kinds of people, and it was just so cool, such a great moment. It all contributed to the aura of Corvette for me and reinforced what I already knew I wanted to do with my life. That's why it's so special and so exciting for me to be up here on this stage with this car. This car, the all-new 2020 Corvette, is one that changes everything. With every succeeding generation since 1953, Chevrolet has worked hard to make Corvette better and better. We've never stopped improving, never stopped innovating, and never stopped making the car faster, better handling, more comfortable, more everything. You can make the case that once we got to C7, we had pushed the limits of what we could do in that configuration. It was as close to perfection as front-engine, rear-drive Corvette was going to get. To take performance and driving dynamics to the next level for our customers, we had to move to mid-engine. And that's what Zora had always wanted, of course. In 1959, exactly 60 years ago, Zora and his team went to work on developing Chevrolet Engineering Research Vehicle number 1, commonly known as SERV-1. SERV-1, which made its debut in 1960, was a demonstration of what happens when you push the boundaries of engineering and design to develop a mid-engine race car. What made SERV-1 so unique was how light and powerful it really was. The car only weighed 1,600 pounds, and the body accounted for 80 pounds of that. The 283 cubic engine V8 powered the SERV-1 produced 350 horsepower and weighed only 350 pounds, thanks to the then novel use of aluminum in the cylinder block and heads, and several other critical parts like the water pump and the flywheel. Zora's team also used magnesium in the clutch housing and fuel injection manifold, and it also featured mechanical fuel injection. But my favorite aspect of SERV-1, and it's probably yours too, if you've ever seen it run, you can actually see flames coming out of the back of it, and it is just unreal. So SERV-1 was followed by what I think is the most beautiful of all the SERV vehicles, SERV-2, in 1964. The Serve 2 was an amazing car built to compete against the Ford GTs at Le Mans. It had a monocoque chassis, a 377 cubic inch V8 producing 500 horsepower. Importantly, Serve 2 was in fact all-wheel drive. The transmission featured a unique configuration in which the rear wheels were driven by one torque converter and the front wheels through another in the front. So it patented this configuration in 1968. Serve 2 also marked the beginning of the velocity stacks, like the McLarens had, which were developed, in fact, by General Motors R&D, and that car is very, very special in my opinion. And in 1990, the Serve 3 made its debut. I was already working at the company, so I remember it being built around the time we were spending a lot of time at the GM Proving Ground working on sort of the holy grail of a true active suspension system. Serve 3 did have that yaw control and kept it stable through the active suspension. And it
Why is everybody saying fix my TV?
Technology on it.
I don't think my TV is messed up.
Like its predecessor,
What's up?
it had an
Tell me.
all-wheel drive mid-engine configuration. And it was powered by a turbocharged ZR1 5.7 V8 producing 650 horsepower. And it weighed only 3,400 pounds thanks to extensive use of carbon fiber, and the central structure was in fact a carbon fiber torque tube that weighed only 38 pounds. The ends of that beam were machined from titanium. Those three Serve vehicles and their legacy are very much the inspiration for this new, first ever mid-engine 2020 Corvette Stingray. They show what Corvette has always been about for Chevrolet and GM, pushing the boundaries of innovation in terms of propulsion, material usage, and performance. Now, just as Corvette has been a halo for Chevrolet and the brand, these Serve cars were a halo for GM R&D, pushing the company to greater innovation and to new heights. They also serve to show that mid-engine has always been a part of Corvette's destiny, and it's something we've been looking at for a very, very long time. All along, it has been absolutely paramount
turn the lights off
that we
completely.
keep Corvette true to its roots of attainable performance. Mid-engine has historically posed a challenge to this mission. Not so anymore. The time has come today, and we feel that both Corvette traditionalists and potential new customers will embrace the change in layout, especially once they see it and drive it. They'll think it's flat out the best Corvette they've ever driven, and that will be because it's the best Corvette anybody's driven. There are many reasons for that, even beyond the mid-engine layout, like the way it feels, the way it sounds, the way it looks, and the incredible attention to every detail on the car. And that's what we're going to dive into now with Phil and then Taj. So please join me in welcoming the Executive Design Director of Global Chevrolet, Mr. Phil Zak. Phil?
Thanks, Mark. Thanks. Thanks, Mark. At GM, every time we take on the task of designing a new Corvette, it must build on its storied history and push towards the future. The current 7th generation Corvette and each one before it had a strong and powerful presence. But the new mid-engine eclipses anything we've ever done before. This is not merely a new chapter in the Corvette legacy, this is an all-new book. But before I continue, I want to acknowledge the true design talent that really brought this mid-engine Corvette to life, as well as generations prior. John Cafaro, former Chevrolet Executive Director of Design. John, you in the audience? There you go. And also Tom Peters, former Corvette Chief Designer. Tom, please stand. Now, both John and Tom have recently retired from GM, but they're here with us tonight to share this moment. Their legacy and talent will forever live on with Chevrolet and into the future with this new stunning 2020 Stingray. I hope you'd all agree with us. Sure.
Yeah! You don't know what you're saying.
Now, Chevrolet has always been a symphony of performance, design, and engineering. But on this car, every element has been elevated to the next level of craftsmanship. The Stingray's exterior is a powerful, bold, futuristic design statement with exotic proportions, a wider stance, but still unmistakably Corvette. You can see the continued influence of aircraft design, lean and muscular with sculpted shapes, conveying a sense of motion even while standing still. With the new cab forward driving position and rear engine location, the proportions become the essence of a jet fighter for the road. There you go. As you would have expected, we maintained some of the essential Corvette design cues that are timeless and transition well into this new mid-engine configuration. For example, the bold front face with LED lights and aggressive dual-element DRL signature proudly say Corvette. The strong fender peaks over the front wheel and rear quarter give the Corvette the expected athletic, muscular appearance. The sleek sculpture is low, taut, and narrow-driven. And the horizontal crease down the body side is the main design element that gives Corvette its sleek appearance and anchors the fender shapes and aggressive side intake. The purity of this feature is so significant that we hid the door handle releases underneath the side intake to keep them clean and uninterrupted look. Now, as you move to the rear of the car, the dual element tail lamps are uniquely Corvette with an enhanced three-dimensional execution. With the wide lamp location and the lower dual exhaust tips, the rear stance exudes the performance attributes of a true exotic. Now, the design challenges for this mid-engine Corvette were unique in that everything had to be changed. But at the same time, our mission was to make the finished product not just unmistakably Corvette, but an exotic supercar version of a Corvette. By repositioning the engine to the middle, the proportions shift and the whole canopy is thrust forward in profile, allowing the rear wheels to move farther back for a much more aggressive attitude. The mid-engine design allows for a more forward feel in terms of driving position and visibility. You're actually leading the way as you drive. Additionally, having the motor behind you communicates a supercar feel, which intensifies the overall driving experience. The new location of the engine is truly the focal point for the car's design. It's the heart of this new Corvette, and it sits like a jewel in a showcase. A jewel in a showcase that is visible through the large hatch rear window. Now, every visual surface on this component received unprecedented attention, including the meticulously designed engine and underhood compartment. Diving into the detailed execution of the car, the design team found inspiration in high-end motorcycles and race car components. We sought to optimize the appearance of every wire, tube, component routing, fastener, and finish. We took the panels off and spent countless hours developing the engine compartment, right down to all the mechanical fasteners. The intake manifold covers were completely redesigned, and a Corvette emblem was added for additional detail. Now, the exterior statement is bold, fresh, and fully capable, reflecting what we've learned from past Corvettes and from racing. For the new Stingray, we completely redesigned its cooling and airflow. We looked at drag, lift, how to achieve the optimal balance with this new mid-engine configuration while maintaining the design integrity. All the surfaces are pulled taut as possible over the mechanicals, giving the car dynamic energy that visually draws people to it. Now, what you see on stage is the Z51 Package. We've had this unique track package for Stingray in the past, and this one offers customers even more. As you can see, it has an aggressive front splitter and an open air rear spoiler. Our designers worked hand in hand with the air engineers to give a whole new meaning to the term form follows function. Now, Tad will touch on this a little bit more in his presentation. Now, the mid-engine configuration not only enables a stunning exterior, but also improves interior accommodations. With the engine behind the driver, the cowl and the instrument panel are lower. The entire occupant package is moved forward 16.5 inches, improving visibility. The driver compartment is also larger than the previous generation, offering more space and an inch more seat travel. With this new mid-engine exotic exterior, we had to deliver an inspiring interior to match. The most important is the driver-centric cockpit, which features a new squared-off two-spoke steering wheel that leaves an unobstructed view of the 12-inch reconfigurable cluster display. The square steering wheel shape and low two-spoke configuration enable a full 9-3 hand grip position during hard cornering. The compressed shape also allows for better visibility and more legroom. In the cockpit, the controls are literally wrapped around you in all directions. It reflects a car that is all about catering to the driver's experience. You'll notice that the only knob on the auto system is the volume control, and that's because it's the most frequently used. Every other button had to earn its place. The single line of climate control buttons on the console are intuitively laid out and minimized. The instrument panel's wings extend from the driver's console and wrap around the IP, freeing up space. This same less is more philosophy has also been incorporated into the unique ultra-thin airbags. The look is simple and clean and helped us keep the instrument panel low for great forward visibility. Now we will offer 3 seat options: a GT1, a GT2, and a competition sport for drivers seeking the right balance of comfort and style.
Oh, did you see that? That's where my balls sit.
Interior color themes, more than ever before, which also includes more personal choices on material selection and stitching. The interior stitching is also larger and more pronounced. It highlights the handcrafted quality and attention to detail. Even the seatbelts get an expanded and expressive color palette, an optional 6. We've also expanded the exterior color palette to 12, more than we've ever offered previously. Now everything on the interior is authentic, and most parts are wrapped in leather or suede. The buttons are aluminum. Carbon fiber is used throughout for lightweight performance and visual appeal. Now all of these details are what makes this 2020 mid-engine Stingray special. From the moment customers walk up to see the car, open the door, we want to surprise them and let them discover something they weren't expecting. We want them to say, this can only be a Corvette, but also say it feels like no Corvette ever. But none of this great design would be much without the performance, the packaging, and the total livability of this mid-engine sports car. All made possible by our incredible engineering team, led by Corvette Executive Chief Engineer, Tad Strukter. Thank you, Tad.
Okay, we're looking for specs. Give us some specs, baby. I drank all my beers, so I need specs now.
What a night. Been a long time coming. It's great to see everybody's faces out here. You know, we have great relationships with our customers. I'm so glad you all came out with us. What a venue, fantastic venue. It's so large it was actually raining up here. You guys didn't feel it out there. Mark turned the wipers on, but it stopped raining, so we're putting those away. Thank you, Phil, and good evening, everyone. I'd like to add my thanks to Scott and May for inspiring us and generations to come. As Mark said, this is the right time to move to mid-engine. We've actually known for quite a while we were reaching the limits of performance in a front-engine configuration. Of course, just expanding the performance envelope wasn't the only challenge we faced. Corvette also has to be beautiful, functional, and attainable. And it has to fit into our customers' lives as naturally and completely as our front-engine cars do.
We were estimating 63,000.
Our mission was to develop a new sports car that combines all of the things we do really well today with the performance and driving experience of mid-engine supercars. All while meeting requirements from all around the globe, including right-hand drive markets. That was news right there. To do this, we had to develop the analytical tools and knowledge necessary to engineer a world-class mid-engine car on our very first attempt. State-of-the-art computer models and simulation let us synthesize and integrate new solutions for body structure, aerodynamics, thermal management, crashworthiness, and others. These images behind me depict some of the simulation work we've done. And we're going beyond that tonight, as you've already seen, using augmented reality. Let me explain some of the physics behind why putting the engine behind the driver enables us to make a quantum leap forward in driving dynamics. A mid-engine architecture allows for a very short, straight, stiff steering system. It's 50% stiffer than today's car. And that makes the driver's input to the chassis nearly instantaneous. The new seating position places the occupant's center of gravity right on top of the vehicle's center of gravity, so the car literally rotates around you in a turn. It completely changes the perception of vehicle handling and responsiveness. It also allows us to engineer higher performance chassis calibrations while simultaneously improving ride quality. Historically, cars with rear weight bias struggled to get to neutral and progressive vehicle handling. We were determined to get all the benefits of that weight distribution without any of the drawbacks. We did that by putting untold hours into the design of suspension geometry, bushing compliances, tire construction, and the front to rear stagger of the wheel sizes. There's actually a lot more than that to it, but I can tell you the final result is magic. The driving dynamics of this vehicle are better than we thought they would be. Today's Corvette gets excellent marks for ride and handling balance, but the Stingray is a whole new deal. No Corvette has ever felt so comfortable, nimble, and so completely stable. I can't talk about the suspension without talking about its foundation, the body structure.
They all go to coilovers, it looks like.
The main structure is aluminum and makes the most use of high-pressure die casting in General Motors history. The 6 largest castings are enormous. These high-pressure die-cast precision parts have superior material properties, more design flexibility than traditional castings. They are used throughout the car to minimize the number of joints and put the material exactly where it needs to be for maximum stiffness and minimum mass. They are the key to making this the stiffest Corvette in history, which in turn contributes to great driving dynamics. We've been using a center backbone strategy since 1997, but for the 2020 Stingray, it has been completely redesigned for a mid-engine configuration. In addition to great structural feel, customers will notice very low rockers, which allow for easy entrance and exit, compared to other mid-engine designs featuring a tub-type construction. Beyond aluminum, we're using many innovative materials in many strategic places. Corvette has always been a mosaic of premium materials, and this one's no different. We picked the material that optimizes the performance of each component. On a mid-engine car, you would expect there to be a front storage compartment. But the Corvette also features a rear storage compartment. Both of these compartments and the dash panel are molded from ultra-lightweight fiberglass with a proprietary resin. It's so light that actually a solid brick of it will float in water. This is a real first, a real breakthrough. It helps manage the Corvette's overall weight while maximizing luggage volume and resisting elevated temperatures. And speaking of those 2 luggage compartments, we felt it was hugely important to maintain our class-leading utility. Combined, these 2 compartments provide unprecedented luggage volume. The trunk easily accommodates the standard removable roof panel, which has been a hallmark in Corvette since 1984, or 2 golf bags. In fact, even the 5-piece luggage set that we custom designed to completely fill the back of the current car fits perfectly in this new car. Protecting that rear trunk, we have the automotive world's first curved, pultruded, carbon fiber bumper beam. This is the lightest and strongest possible structure for this very important part of the car. And although luggage room is not at the top of most sports car customers' reason to purchase, we know it improves the car's bandwidth. What I mean by that, it does a lot of things well. Of course, we want the Corvette to be an amazing track weapon. We also want it to shine as a daily driver and as a long-distance touring machine. Another way we expand bandwidth is through customizable driver modes. The 4 familiar driver modes we introduced on the current Corvette return for 2020: weather, tour, sport, and track. Customers will find even more vehicle characteristics involved in tailoring the driving experience in each mode. New for this generation, we have what we call Z mode. Z mode lets you customize every vehicle attribute we offer and make it accessible with the single push of a button. So for example, if you like a certain setup for a particular track, instead of wading through menus every time you head for pit lane, you hit the Z mode button and off you go. As Phil mentioned, the new Stingray will have the Z51 package. It includes a long list of track-focused features like performance tires, larger brakes, electronic limited slip differential, more aggressive gearing in the transmission, additional cooling capacity, and aerodynamic content. The aero content includes additional brake cooling and a front splitter and rear spoiler that actually create full vehicle downforce and confidence-inspiring balance on the track. With more weight on the rear axle, the electronic limited slip differential is more effective than ever, giving the Stingray the optimum handling balance through every corner and the ability to put power down like never before on corner action. The available performance traction management has been refined for greater acceleration and more consistency across a wider range of surface conditions. I'm just scratching the surface of what this vehicle does, can do, and will do. Many of our features are enabled by our new digital vehicle platform. This new electrical architecture sends signals much faster, provides state-of-the-art cybersecurity, and over-the-air reflash capability. We are introducing our second generation of the Performance Data Recorder, which will now have a database of track start-finish lines. You'll be able to do point-to-point recordings and can even be set to auto-record like a dash cam. Of course, all the video is high definition. Other features include a 14-speaker Bose Performance Series audio system, the highest level we've ever done, and a rear camera mirror where we put the camera on the roof so it's high and forward so you can better monitor your blind spots. There's even a front lift system capable of raising the nose up to 2 inches. You guys know we talk to our customers. But that front lift system is actually GPS enabled. Every time you lift the nose, it will ask you, do you want this one memorized? And if it's one you use often, all you have to do is hit a single button, say yes. It will memorize that and up to 1,000 places. Every time you approach, it'll automatically lift. You don't have to do anything. Okay, you've probably been waiting to hear about the drive lines and performance stuff.
Yes! For the love of God!
I'll talk about the beating heart of the Corvette, the engine. In a world quickly migrating to forced induction, small displacement engines, we are bucking the trend and continuing to advance the development of our famous small block V8. There's simply no substitute for the immediate responsiveness and the sound emanating from this technological masterpiece. We will be the only remaining naturally aspirated V8 in the segment. We are calling it the LT2, and its displacement remains 6.2 liters. But that's about all that is carryover about it. With the performance exhaust, it was recently SAE certified at 495 horsepower and 470 foot-pounds of torque, making this the most powerful Corvette Stingray ever. For the first time, the Stingray comes with a standard, integrated, engine-mounted dry sump lube system. The system has 3 separate scavenging pumps and a very compact reservoir mounted on the front of the engine. The low-profile oil pan reduces mass and lets us mount the whole engine lower in the chassis than we've ever done before. The oil cooler has even more capacity. The bottom line is that the new lube system has been absolutely bulletproof during our testing at tracks like VIR, the Nürburgring, and our own Milford Road Course. That engine is paired to our first 8-speed dual-clutch transmission, or DCT. This features a very innovative electronic transmission range selector, a masterpiece of engineering art and design that will become a benchmark for the industry. The DCT provides lightning-fast shifts and excellent power transfer. Simply put, the DCT shifts gears faster and better than any human can. It offers the spirited and connected feel of a manual and the premium driving comfort in an automatic. It truly feels like you're getting the best of both worlds. We've set the DCT up with a very low first gear to leverage our additional traction at the rear to get the car off the line very quickly. Gears 2 through 6 are closely spaced to keep the engine near the power peak on the track. Its tall 7th and 8th gears make for easy long-distance cruising with low mechanical stress and excellent fuel economy. The LT2 engine and the DCT, in combination with this new architecture, make the new Stingray a very quick car. We are seeing 0 to 60 times under 3 seconds.
Damn.
You heard that right. Z51 Stingray under 3 seconds. That puts the Stingray in the company of some of the world's quickest cars, and in our own history, only beaten by our 755 horsepower ZR1. Now, I've talked about a lot of changes, but the truth is, we have not changed the essence of Corvette. Corvette is all about freedom and the call of the open road. It is a designed in America, built in America, road-going private jet with first-class seating for two that will take you places you never thought you would go. In short, the Corvette is an attainable dream car. That has been true for 66 years, and the 2020 Stingray makes that truer than ever. We're welcoming the cars back to the stage. Driving these cars are actually two of our team members, our development drivers. On my right, Alex McDonald. Thank you, Alex. And Michael Petrucci. And you'll see many, many, many of our Corvette team members here to talk to at this event. They and the thousands of men and women at General Motors have spent countless hours delivering on this mission. And I personally want to thank them all. I'm so proud of this team. Before I invite Mark Royce back up the stage, I'd like to thank him and the entire leadership team at General Motors for their support. Without them, this would not have been possible. Mark, the stage is yours.
Thank you, Ted. Great to have you. Thank you. Thanks, Ted. And yes, we do test a lot of our safety equipment before we go into production, so that was a little bit of a wiper test there. So thanks, Ted, for that. You passed. I'd like to really thank Taj. We couldn't have done it without you in the leadership position of that. I would also like to echo Taj's thanks to everyone involved in helping us launch our Corvette Moonshot. The whole team, including our two outstanding development engineers that you met here tonight, they put their heart and soul into this, so thanks you guys, great job. I hope you like what you've seen so far, and I encourage you to have a closer look in the next few months. The 2020 Chevrolet Corvette is going where no Corvette has gone before, and we're all thrilled to ride along. This new Corvette with its mid-engine configuration has always been part of Corvette's destiny, and it's the Corvette version of a supercar that we've all wanted to see for so long. Corvette has always been about beautiful design, leading technology, amazing performance, at an unbelievable value. I know many of you are wondering where the new Corvette will be priced. Yes. While we're not ready to announce all the pricing details, no, hang on. What I can share with you tonight is this. When the 2020 Corvette Stingray goes on sale in the US, it will start at less than $60,000.
Holy shit!
So it's pretty great. Thank you. Yeah, it's, I mean, this is what Chevrolet and Corvette's all about, right? I mean, this is what our engineers and our teams strive for. Where else can you get a supercar that goes 0 to 60 in less than 3 seconds for this kind of money? Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Now, our customers can reserve their 2020 Stingray today. And we've got a new system called New Reserve Now program that is live on Chevy.com. So Reserve Now program. It's a new program that Barry and our IT team and our vehicle sales service and marketing team has put together, and it's incredible. Or, of course, you can go to your preferred Chevrolet dealer. So that's a great thing, and it's a configurator. You can actually look at the car, you can see the car, you can price the car, and it's something that we haven't had before. So thanks for doing that, to our whole team that has done that. It's fantastic. So thank you for doing that, Barry and the team. It's great. So we can do that live right now. But I gotta tell you, we are just getting started with Corvette.
If you are the one who does like and enjoy driving, you owe it to yourself to try this thing.
So a little bit of a preview of what's to come. I'd like to thank you for coming here and tuning in. And right now, I'd like to invite everybody up on stage and to the expos and displays that we have in this wonderful facility that's been put together by our whole team. So please come up and take a look at the new C8 Corvette. Thank you.
Wow, what an absolutely incredible night it has truly been. Actually, I'm leaving tonight feeling more inspired than ever. Now, for more information about the 2020 Chevrolet Corvette Stingray, please visit Chevy.com/NextGen Corvette to design and reserve yours today. Now, I speak for all of us here at Chevrolet when I say thank you for coming along for the ride and making this evening an incredible one. And to supercar fans across the globe, good night, good morning, and good day. I'm Lisa Perry with Chevrolet.
I don't care about her. Wow, $60,000? Holy shit! That's insane. I can't believe that it's less than $60,000. Like, that is absolutely out of this world. How many of you guys are so freaking excited? I'm sorry, I'm just so excited. And I did that like power hour. But how many of you guys are so excited about the price point? Oh my gosh, it's like, it's insane. I cannot believe how affordable it is. I mean, I was thinking 63,000 was a good price point, but under 60, that is earth-shattering. That's even crazier than I could ever have imagined. I mean, it's definitely crazier than I could have ever imagined because it's crazier than what I imagined. Man, I got beers everywhere. So I did that power hour, maybe power 45 minutes, and now I'm on water because I still have to work tomorrow, probably like most of you. And so let's see, just to recap, that's cool. Just to recap, most of that was really long-winded, but we got a lot of great information about the Corvette. It's going to be an 8-speed DCT. It's going to have 495 horsepower from a 6.2-liter LT2. It looks like it's coilovers or mag ride. It's got a carbon fiber bumper support, which that worries me a little bit, but carbon fiber is really, really strong, so it's probably going to be fine. They probably wouldn't put it on if it was going to be an issue. The gas mileage was not mentioned, so we don't know what kind of gas mileage, but since it's an LT2, which is roughly the same architecture, I imagine, as the LT1, probably around the same compression ratio, I imagine it's going to be also DOD, variable valve timing. It's probably going to be somewhere in the neighborhood of 30 some miles per gallon on the highway, which is what the C7 does. I mean, my first C7 was a 2014. It got 38.5 miles per gallon over a 50-mile stretch, so that was really impressive. My automatic did not fare as well, but I mean, this being a DCT, it's probably going to do some incredible things. They did talk about some of the things that worry me as a tuner, such as the over-the-air reflashing, meaning that maybe we can break into the system and then what GM will do is reflash the computer to stock and void your warranty at the same time. So that is actually really, really scary from a performance standpoint. I don't really give a shit about the warranty, but reflashing it after you like put twin turbos and different injectors on, that could be a major issue. 802 Garage, I'm going to give you a shout out because you said that it's under $60,000 and you were right. Everybody else, I mean, somebody else was commenting about the 495 rear wheel horsepower, or not rear wheel, but the 495 SAE horsepower, and you were also on. I'm not sure who was saying that, but I mean, that was awesome. If you guys have not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. We are going to be buying a C8. In fact, I put my deposit down months ago, so hopefully it's in and it's ordered, because it would suck if it wasn't. We put it in with Mike Davenport, who is also known as the Chevy Dude, also has an excellent YouTube channel, and looking to go down to his dealership, pick it up, and do a massive burnout in the parking lot, probably popping the rear tires at the same time. Hopefully not voiding the warranty, at least at that point. But we'll probably get it back to the shop and void the warranty very quickly. And the exhaust didn't look too bad in these pictures, in this reveal. I think from certain angles, the square exhaust looks kind of weird. Let's see, what else was there? Gosh, I can't, the trunk and frunk, do you call it a frunk? The front trunk, is that what you call it? I don't know how that's going to work. I know that I've personally slept in the trunk of my C6 Corvette. I've not slept in the back of the C7 Corvette, but I imagine it's the same. I have a feeling that the C8 is just not as versatile as the C7, C6, and C5. So that kind of, yeah, frunk? I don't know. But hopefully you're able to put like good things in there. I guess, I don't know. I don't know what's going to work out there. The, what else do we got? It looks like that dry sump oiling system sounds pretty awesome. If they can't break it, I probably will. But we'll find out if I do or not, because I'm going to probably press my C8 balls to the wall and, you know, make some crazy shit happen. I'm really, really excited for it. I don't know about you guys, but my favorite color that was on the stage was the blue one. They did say that there are 12 different colors, 3 different types of seats. One of them for somebody with major balls, like huge balls. Like, did you see that? The competition seat has a slot out for when you have balls the size of bowling balls. I mean, it was maybe pool balls. Pool balls is probably more realistic, but that's kind of wild. Again, subscribe to the channel because there's more stupid shit on it. Well, fun, stupid shit. Fun shit. We got lots of fun stuff. I do thank you guys who have subscribed. You put us over the 30,000 mark tonight. It was awesome. But yeah, this is a fantastic night. Yes, I am talking about balls for those of you who are asking, because the seats, I don't know, did you guys catch that on the competition seat? There's like a slot out of it. when this becomes available, I am going to put a video out there. Hopefully it'll be up tomorrow, and I will point out the space for your balls in the competition seat, because it's huge. It's a huge space. I do not know what kind of man has balls like that and is still allowed to be in a car. Like, that's crazy, because if you have balls like that, holy hell, you got problems, man. That's bad. They have things for that. Anyway, let's see, what else? A blue interior. Somebody wants a blue interior. That'd be cool. I mean, it depends on the exterior color. I want blue with white interior. I know that everybody like kind of tries to shy away from white, but to me, like a white interior with a blue exterior, the blue that was on the channel or the preview here, I really like. I feel like that's the one that's calling to me. That's probably the one that I'm going to spec. Z51 and going to be there as well. I think this time around, I've never bought a Z51 car because frankly I didn't really need it, but this time I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to order the Z51. Right now my current Corvette is a C7 Corvette with twin turbos and making a bajillion horsepower, not a bajillion, like 900 and change to the wheels. It goes 0 to 60 in like 2 seconds flat. This is amazing. It goes 0 to 60 in under 3 seconds. That's very impressive, especially for a sub $60,000 mid-engine car. I think that Porsche, McLaren, I think that everybody right now that has just watched this, that's from a different manufacturer, is looking at this car and going, oh shit, they came out swinging hard. Probably why they need those special competition seats. Let's see. So, well, I see a lot of fun people that I know. Matt, LSX Underground's out there. I know Dirty Max Jack was watching earlier because he kept on texting me. My phone kept on going nuts. What else? Oh, somebody messaged. Let's see. Either chip it, tune it, easily over 500. The one problem that we were looking at that wasn't lightly mentioned in here was that the car has over-the-air reflash capability. Now, I don't know that that means that you will never be able to tune it. I feel like that'd be a major, major disservice to the Corvette market, but I have this feeling that we are going to have some trouble getting into it, and hopefully it's not too much trouble. I am buying one. Worst case scenario, I'll end up selling one. Let's see. So that's fun. Corvette has everything we want for the price that we also want, and I actually have to agree. I thought 63 was a fair assessment, but under 60, that's nuts. Absolutely nuts. How many of you guys are just thinking, hearing that number, under $60,000, that you were like, shit, I'm going to sell my Corvette and get this C8 now? In fact, write in the comments right now, what do you think of it? Like, I mean, I'm excited about it. The interior looks really, really cool. The midsection, let's see, that guy, you know, the what the fuck part. I don't know how I feel about that what the fuck part, but I am still interested. Like when I get my hands on it, so this will be flipped the other way, but when I get my hands on it, maybe that will just feel right. Maybe that'll feel at home. I mean, I guess it might be better than like having to touch like the screen stuff. Better than the Cadillac Q system. I mean, the Q system to me was a failure. All that haptic feedback, massive, massive failure, and I'm really, really happy that they did not do anything like that on this. So I like buttons. I'm happy that we at least have buttons, even if it's in a ridiculous looking thing. I think that it's gonna be okay. But yeah, I mean, we're just like S2 Focus said, exotic for $60,000. That is Absolutely true. Unbelievable. Oh, man. Let's see. So, what do you guys think of, not that, not that, not that. What do you guys think of this picture? Does that show you, so what we got here as the leaked images for today, I think it looks legit. But you know what? One thing I did not notice, and I'm going to have to go back through the footage, is was that Stingray emblem there like that? Maybe you guys can comment below if that Stingray emblem was there facing forward like that. I didn't see it. It was there? Oh man. That's the one thing that's just weird. I feel like it needs to be sideways. I mean, you have to like do the two-finger thing and rotate that bad boy, or just get rid of it. I think that's going to be that, and the square exhaust are probably going to be two things that get removed right away on mine. Whew. Yeah. Again, the reason why I'm drinking this bottle of water right now is because I drank 4 of these within the hour, and that was the power hour-ish, or power 45 minutes-ish. Yeah. Now, I'm curious where most of this is going to be manufactured. So, my Corvette, it says like 38% came from like Mexico and stuff like that. And I'm curious how much is going to be sourced from other countries. I'm curious if the LT2 engine, at least for the first year, is going to even be produced in-house. I'm curious how you even put it in the car. Like that mid-engine, from a performance shop perspective, looks like it might be a bitch to work on. I guess the good news is that it's all right in the back. You see it, well, right here, and then the transmission kind of comes back here. I'm imagining that there is going to be a very easy way to, let's see, how do I do this? Drop that right out and put it back in. I'm hoping that there's a very easy way to do that. I mean, we'll find out, because I'm going to buy one, I'm going to drive it around for a little bit, I'm going to make the wife take the kids to daycare, and then we're probably going to end up doing some stupid shit to it. At least the exhaust. The exhaust, I think, has to get changed right away. Now, if it's anything like the C7 exhaust, the C7 dual mode exhaust is phenomenal. Same thing with the Camaro ZL1. I have a 2016 Corvette twin turboed that makes a good bit of power. I have a 2018 Camaro ZL1, which also makes a good bit of power, and both of them have the dual mode exhaust, the factory dual mode exhaust that sounds pretty radical. The 18 Camaro, I actually changed it out thinking that I might get a little bit more power, and turns out that that factory exhaust seems to be perfect even at the 800 rear wheel horsepower mark. That's just a side note. Back to the C8 Corvette. Gotta tell you, I'm excited to see what we can get out of it. 495 to the wheel, sounds like there's more room to go. I'm curious what kind of header system we'll be able to fit in there. Based on the pictures that were in the video that we just watched together, because we're a team, it looked like it was a shorty header, which is kind of like the C7. So I don't know if things are really going to improve. I don't know if you can even fit like any serious exhaust mods on this. It's going to be something that we'll be looking into. One thing I didn't catch, and it could be because I ran out of the room for a little bit to go relieve myself from the 4 beers, was how much the car weighed. I know that you guys are talking about it right now. Did anybody catch the number on what the car weighed? Because I did not catch it if they put it on. What we got was, the price is under $60,000 to start. We got the 8-speed automatic, 495 horsepower, and I mean, those are the pertinent things. So I'm seeing people saying numbers all over the place. With 802 Garage, who has been very reliable in this, saying that the car is going to be 3366 curb weight, which that's pretty awesome. That's actually lighter than the C7, I believe. At least my C7, because my C7 is like 35. 802, this is for you. It's just water, but I'm going to drink to you anyway. Brand, big air-to-air option for intercooler. Doctor Differential and Speed Shop, I thank you for your donation, but I'm curious, what car are you talking about? Because this is naturally aspirated, so you do not need an intercooler for it. And 78, that's your shout out. This one, 100 pounds heavier than its predecessor. I imagine that's what you're trying to say out there. So, yeah, if you guys have not subscribed to the Complete Street Performance channel, definitely subscribe now. Check out our website, cspracing.com. We offer a lot of GM products, and we usually do a pretty damn good discount. The upcoming stuff on the channel, we are going to visit the Corvette Museum. I bought tickets to win these, even though I put a deposit down for the C8 already. I did put I bought 2 raffle tickets to win VIN number 25. It's probably a base model that I probably, well, I'd take it, but when you win a car, you have to pay the taxes on the car, and then you also have to pay the income tax that you'd get from getting said car. So it'd probably be a, let's see, half of 60, so probably be a $40,000 bill to be able to win that car. So that's one of the weird things about winning a car. Jose Hernandez, there's your shout out. Shave up and down, bud. So much obliged, bud. Okay, got it. So I'm going to start trying to read a little bit more on the comments here and answer some of your questions. Elliot, does it have VTEC? No, this is not a Honda. You're on the wrong channel. LSX Underground, the Poopery video review, that's coming up on our other channel, that's CSP Shorts, because it has no place on the Complete Street Performance channel. Anything that does not belong on the Complete Street Performance channel, we are going to put on the CSP Shorts channel, and the Poopery review is definitely going on there. Let's see. So, you're trapped. The starting price is going to be under $60,000. So that is absolutely nuts. Under $60,000, 0 to 60 under 3 seconds. The engine 495 horsepower, and the transmission an 8-speed DCT transmission with a unconfirmed but from a reliable source curb weight of 3366. That's an incredible car. And yes, it is rear-wheel drive. They are planning, from what I heard through the grapevine here, 2 more variants of the C8 Corvette, one of them being a twin-turbo dual overhead cam 5-liter, making like 700 horsepower, and then the next level using the same powertrain with a hybrid system going to an astounding 1,000 horsepower all-wheel drive. The hybrid motors will be on the front wheels, and that will be what makes it all-wheel drive. But right now, all we have is the all we have is this, the C8 reveal, and that is pretty damn badass. This car, it is a beautiful car. I cannot imagine what it's going to look like in person. Well, I can, because I mean, it's here. Like, we can see it now. We actually know. But one of the weird things that when we had the C7 come out, I mean, and it was radically different, kind of like this was, or is. Uh, People were like, "Oh, the taillights are hideous." Rah. Well, you know what? They grew on just about everybody, and the C7 became a staple. The first time I had a C7 out, and it was probably one of the only ones around, it literally, I had people literally like stopping me in the road, being like, "What kind of car is that?" And when I told them Corvette, they were like, "Holy shit, it's beautiful." And I think that's the same thing that we're about to see from the C8. In fact, this is way far exotic compared to anything else. I mean, if you just think about the C8 Corvette is literally an exotic car for under what you can get an exotic car used for. You cannot get a McLaren or any of that shit like that's a mid-engine car for like under $60,000. The Corvette you're gonna get new with like a 5-year powertrain warranty for under $60,000, going sub 3 seconds 0 to 60. That is absolutely new, or like absolutely crazy. Sorry, the power hours kicked in just a smidge. Let's see, what else can I read here? A lot of the comments are going fast, so I'm having trouble like reading through it. We do have a lot of people watching, even still. I think we had hit a peak of like 9,000 some people watching, and I do appreciate it, because during that time we hit over the 30,000 subscriber mark. I remember saying, "Hey, we're 28 away, subscribe," and we jumped up to like 100 over 30,000. That was awesome. Thank you guys for subscribing to the channel. You won't be disappointed, because we got a lot of fun videos. One of the next videos, well, the next video is going to be like the summarization of the C8. I'm going to try to get that out tomorrow, and then on Sunday we tour the Corvette Museum. For those of you guys who are into Corvettes, it is a very fun experience. If you've never been to Bowling Green, Kentucky, I highly recommend it, especially when you're picking up your new C8 at the museum delivery. I'm curious if when we go to Bowling Green now, if they'll open up the museum delivery or the tour to the actual plant now, because they didn't when I was there. It was very sad. Nate Gibson, did they announce the new electronic system that was leaked that supposedly was going to make it untunable? They did say something of the sort. They said that their new system will be able to do real-time updates over the air. So I'm not sure exactly what that means, if it means it's untunable, but from what I heard through the grapevine, that it's going to be pretty tough, that even if we get into the engine, the rest of the systems will stop talking to each other and effectively brick it. But that's, I feel like they'd shoot themselves in the foot by doing that, because there's a lot of Corvette guys that, well, really need, well, they just modify their cars. They buy this car to modify. So I think that it would really, really hurt them if they locked the base model up so far. Now I can see locking up the rare ZR1 like they did, and they locked it up pretty damn good, and it took a while to get into, and there's still some bugs being worked out. We're working through one of them with the TCM. Like, you can't replace the computer, the TCM computer, transmission control module. You can't replace that very easily in the ZR1. You have to have it unlocked. If you do a replacement, it kind of becomes a little bit of a dickhead and throws codes and does stupid shit. But I mean, that's all learning experience. Now, that's only a 1-year only car, at least right now. I mean, I guess there's always a chance that they'd release a 2020 ZR1, but I believe it's a 1-year only car with only a couple thousand of them produced. So getting into that computer wasn't really a big deal. Getting into something that has 40,000 units a year sold with people that have money to modify it and want to modify it, well, I think that's a bigger deal to crack into. But I also think that's also a big deal for Corvette. I mean, Chevy Performance comes to a lot of our events. They've come to like Camaro Fest and all this stuff where it's modified cars out the woo-ha. Like nobody's going there to see stock. Well, some people are going to see stock cars, but if it's all stock cars racing, there's no competition. It's like, hey, whoever's the better driver. And while that, can be, fair, it might be who's luckiest. There's definitely something about building the cars that is American at heart. I think that's very, very important that that they keep that in mind. I'm really going off on a major tangent, and I didn't read anything that anybody fucking wrote. So, sorry about that. Let's see. What else? Horsepower, torque spread is good. Yeah, so it's like 495 horsepower, 470 foot-pounds of torque. And, let's see. Yeah, so it says 0 to 60 in under 3 seconds. And then from outside sources, some people are saying 0 to 60 in 2.8 and curb weight of 3366, which is very respectable considering that but the C7 does have like the C7 does have an all aluminum frame. However, it does not have as much carbon fiber. It has a lot of carbon fiber hood, carbon fiber, well, a lot of carbon fiber panels. I'm not going to name them all because I'm tired. But the C8 goes a step further, and you're even getting carbon fiber, like bumper supports. Bumper support's not the right word, but it's a brace, and I mean, that's kind of weird. I always think of carbon fiber as something that's like a little flimsy and brittle, but that's not the case. I mean, the tree came down on my Camaro. I have a 2018 Camaro. Tree came down on it, and the carbon fiber piece over the engine bay like was barely hurt. They did replace it. It is in my shop. That is one of the videos on our channel where the tree came down on my car, a customer's car, which we bought and gave to the wife after it was fixed, and two of my employees' cars. It actually turned out to be a third employee car because his CTS-V was scratched up a little bit and didn't notice. But I mean, that's all. Again, that's also tangent. I'm going to try to get back to reading the questions right now. Let's see. I'm having trouble. How many produced for U.S. market? Vader, the estimate is $40,000 a year, and at a sub $60,000 price, I believe we are going to see under $40,000 a year, or under. I believe we're going to see about $40,000 or 40,000 units produced a year, and then it'll dwindle down. To recap where we're at right now, guys. The car has been revealed. The horsepower is 495 horsepower, mid-engine LT2 with an amazing dry sump oiling system. It's an 8-speed DCT transmission. The sub $60,000 price range, and a 0 to 60 of under 3 seconds. I mean, that's like the big numbers right there. In fact, that's and those are like really impressive. That's probably making the rest of the manufacturers shit themselves right now. Somebody keeps on saying that this is what the NSX should have been, and most likely I agree. Like, if you're taking a Honda and charging like $200,000 for it, you made a mistake. Like, if the Corvette comes out with the same performance, you did not... What happened? Oh my gosh. We're back. Yeah, if you come out with like the same performance for under $60,000, you just made Honda look bad at their own game. So my twin turbo Corvette is for sale. It makes like 900 some rear wheel horsepower through the 8-speed automatic transmission. It picks the wheels up in the quarter mile, and it goes really, really, really fast. So it is for sale. So if you guys are interested, hit me up. Looking for some money for it. Probably in the neighborhood of like 53,000 is what I was thinking. It's got like 11,000 miles on it, but this isn't really a sales ad. It is a LT4 bottom end. Well, it's an LT4 engine really, with camshaft and all that fun stuff. And yeah, it's pretty wild. It's wild. It is a wild car. I love that car. But I like my Camaro more. What happened to the lemon Corvette? Well, it is actually called the red lemon, and we just got a turbo in for it, so we are going to fix it, and we're debating if we're going to make it into a ridiculous cheap race car, or if we're just going to sell it, because it still is a very nice condition car. Let's see. What else? Yes, it is called the red lemon. Like my wife's car, that the original one that I bought her. So I bought her a C5 Corvette. I got it from a customer who was having issues, and it was possibly a blown engine and transmission, and it turned out that it was an O-ring in the engine, and then a converter in the transmission, and then the turbo exploded, and a couple other things. Like, it's been a journey. And it would have cost him too much to fix. He was kind of like far into it, and I got it for a good deal. And it's probably better that he got out of it, because we definitely ran into some stupid shit with it. But yeah, we call it the red lemon because it's red, and it's definitely been a lemon. And I bought that for the wife first, and she didn't really take to it too much. And then when the tree fell at our shop and crushed 2 Camaros, and 2 employees' cars, and, well, 3 employees' cars. It totaled 1 car out of all of it, and the rest of them were fixed. The one was a Camaro SS convertible. I bought that for the wife. That's one of our video. The wife gets a Tree SS. That's what we were calling it. I got the Tree L1. The wife has a Tree SS because a tree fell on both of them. And yeah, we took the Tree SS down to Ocean City, Maryland for the muscle car cruise. That was pretty fun. That came out really great. Both cars look really, really, really great. And yeah, I definitely like that. But the red lemon's kind of on the back burner at the moment. So I'm debating between fixing it and selling it, or making it a stupid C5 race car, kind of like Leroy, turned into, or just, I don't know. I don't know what to do with it. I don't have time. So we're really, really busy at the shop. I don't know if you guys saw today's video earlier. That's like a smidge of what actually goes on at the shop. It is pretty wild. Danger Noodle, the red Z06 did sell. That was the one that we did the cam test on, big cam versus small cam. Going from the Vengeance Racing and Vindicator camshaft to one of our custom grinds that was a bit smaller. And that is gone, with the new owner, and he's having fun with it. Let's see. Why didn't they go hybrid? Vader, they are probably going hybrid for the top tier model. So just like Nissan not going hybrid for the GTR, it would increase the price point dramatically. The GTR, they said that they'd have to charge about $200,000 to go hybrid with it, and to keep the price point somewhat attainable, which is like crazy for Nissan to be like so high priced. They just decided not to go hybrid, at least for the base model. I'm sure they will go hybrid for the bigger models then, but at least the top model, because they're going to use it to go all-wheel drive. That's the only reason to go hybrid, as far as I'm concerned, for the Corvette, is that getting a drive shaft up to the front wheels and a front differential and all that fun shit It's not possible. Well, I mean, it's possible, but it would destroy so much of the dynamic of the car. But just putting two motors up front on the wheels, because they make them that just like fit as a wheel hub, that's really easy to do. So I say really easy. I've never done it, but I think that's much easier to do than trying to redesign a whole drivetrain when you can just add something, and you might end up losing the frunk or whatever the hell it's called. A short throw dipstick. Yes, Jesse Williams, under 60K probably does mean $59.99 or $59.95 plus delivery fee. Yes, I'm not sure how to say your name, Saif. I think that's what it is. It is a DCT transmission only. You will not be able to get a manual transmission, and it's better that way. The new automatics are so far advanced that the manual transmission is slower, less efficient, and less reliable. There's almost no reason to go to a manual transmission in this day and age. In fact, the automatic ZL1, so like my 2018 ZL1 versus a manual ZL1, the automatic tends to put down more power to the wheels. It is absolutely insane. The Corvette name is a signature front engine V8. You can't just change that. Well, they did. I had nothing to do with it, but I'm buying one. Have the other variants had any info leaked or any date for their reveals? Flying Evo 6, the info that is leaked is that the Z06 will be around 700 horsepower and 5-liter twin turbo. Whether that's true or not, we will find out in the future. I imagine that they'll ride this out for a little while before we get any confirmation on that. Let's see. Yeah, so people need to know. This is a good point. I'm gonna just read this comment because it's perfect. People need to know that Zora Arkus Duntov, I just say Zora, always wanted a mid-engine Corvette. The GM bean counters shut that down. And here we are with the mid-engine Corvette as he wanted. Now there was another mid-engine concept car. It's like an Indy concept car. You'll see it in one of our upcoming videos when we tour the Corvette Museum. I think that video is going to go live on Sunday. We are going to have a special Friday video. We do Tuesday, Thursday, and Sundays for those of you who are interested in subscribing to the channel. Subscribe, press the button, hit the bell. We do have a video that we're going to try to get out tomorrow about the C8. Basically, hopefully a short video. I have my green screen ready. I think that I could probably show you guys the green screen. Here we go. All right, you guys ready for this? So I put a green screen over here. Yep, there's a green screen in my house, and it's also a flooded basement. The carpet's all wet. It sucks. The AC system failed, and my the AC condensation line backed up, and yeah, the carpet's all wet. That's what the carpet cleaner's over there. Anyway, I am going to do a video of the C8. Oh my gosh, it's all black again. I'm gonna do a video of the C8, like the general video, the specs that like they took. I don't know. How long did they take? Like an hour to get the specs out there? Well, I'm going to kind of start with that. Maybe not start because I want you to watch like 2-3 minutes of the video first before you like bail. But I'm gonna get that stuff out there, and we're gonna compare to what we thought. Again, what we thought for those of you who are just joining in or have, just fallen asleep and are waking right back up because we just keep on going here. What we were expecting was about a $63,000 price tag, coming in at under $60,000. Very impressive. We were expecting 500 horsepower for the engine, and we got 495. So that was really, really close. It might be underrated, and with a rear engine car, it's probably going to put down a little bit more rear wheel horsepower than the conventional 8-speed that is in the C7. So we might actually see better numbers than that would suggest. And it's 470 foot-pounds of torque. I imagine that this is a variable valve timing car, just like the LT1, as well as displacement on demand. We didn't make any assumptions about torque, no idea. We knew that it was going to be a DCT transmission, and only a DCT transmission, and an 8-speed, and that was confirmed. And then other notable specs are sub 3 second 0 to 60, which, I mean, for a base model, that is definitely making other manufacturers quiver, because that's nuts. That's nuts. Like, there is no other mid-engine car that's doing that shit, like, for the same price. I don't even know of another mid-engine car at that price. Like, maybe a Fiero. Maybe, but that doesn't exist anymore. So what else is out there? If anybody knows anything else that's out there in that same price range, I would love to hear about it in the comments right now. Help me get 1,000 subscribers. Yes, it is still an old-fashioned pushrod motor, at least for now. Old-fashioned, maybe not old-fashioned, but it is still a pushrod motor. Just like the LT1, it does have a variable valve timing. Basically, it has a cam phaser that allows the entire camshaft, so it is a single camshaft, to phase forward and backward, probably up to 30 degrees or so. And then also, I imagine that to keep up with the gas mileage regulations, that it is going to be displacement on demand. My source, and this is something that was not in any of the videos and probably mentioned anywhere else, my source tells me that this engine is going to have DOD as an every cylinder option. I don't know how true that is, but you might be able to shut this down to 1 cylinder. I mean, I'd shut it down to no cylinders, actually. Like, to me, that makes the most sense. Like, if you're slowing down, why do you want any pumping loss at all? Like, shut it down to no cylinders. But I believe that there's a chance that you can run on 1 cylinder. Yeah. I don't know 100%, but that's stuff that GM was talking about, and my source has told me that DOD is on every cylinder. That every cylinder will have a DOD lifter in it, not like the half of the cylinders like we have on the C7. But we'll find out. Let's see. Is the European reaction going to be good or bad? I don't care. I'm an American. Martini Racing, I understand your concern about people saying manual bad because slow. I understand that it makes you mad, but you know what? Get behind the wheel of the DCT, or even like the new 10-speed automatic that's in the ZL1, and it makes you a believer. I literally had my cousin who was buying a ZL1. He was like, I just want the manual transmission. I told him, you know what? You need to go out and you need to at least test drive the automatic. Test drive both and find out which one you actually like more, because the automatic 10-speed is very impressive. He drove the 10-speed first and didn't even think about driving the manual, because the automatics of today are so damn fun. I've traded 2 of my Corvettes in. I had a C6. I bought a 2008 C6 brand new and manual, no options. It was like black, no options. 1 LT, like it was as basic as it came. And I traded that in for a 2010 automatic. And I was much happier with the automatic. And that was the 6-speed, which is junk by 8-speed standards. And I did the same thing when it came to the C7. I bought the manual first. I got the 7-speed manual, which is kind of funny because the 7-speed manual will get better gas mileage in 6th gear in eco mode than it will in 7th, because the 7th gear doesn't have enough power in 4-cylinder mode to stay in 4-cylinder mode, so it goes to V8 mode. So it gets kind of silly. But I got my best gas mileage driving around in 6th gear in eco mode and 4-cylinder mode. And then I traded that in for the 8-speed automatic, and that 8-speed automatic blows the doors off of the manual transmission, and I'm much happier with the automatic than I ever was with the manual. And I can drive a manual. Hell, I still hold the record for the fastest C6, the fastest stock C6, going 1171 bone stock, at least on the Corvette form. So, I mean, that's like I have no problem driving a manual transmission, but shit, the automatics are just so much better. They're so fun these days. It's stupid. Like if you had a 4-speed automatic, you'd be like, this sucks. But when you get to like the 6-speed, it starts getting a lot more fun. You get to 8-speed, it's a hell of a lot more fun, and then you get to 10-speed, and that makes everything else looks like junk. And I'm really excited to see what the DCT looks like, or feels like. I don't know. I've been an American driver for quite some time, so I don't really have much experience with that. I'm just really excited. I don't know how many of you are excited, but I'm really excited to try it, to get behind the wheel of it. So we are going to holy shit, it is 12:49 a.m. We're going to close this down at 1 o'clock. So we got 10 more minutes. 10 more minutes, and that's it. And I appreciate you guys if you're still with us. If you were with us throughout the whole thing, you are awesome. You win a prize. But if you are joining for the first time, coming into the channel for the first time, subscribe. There's a button down there that says subscribe. Hit that button. And then press that bell so you get to see our newest videos. We are going to do a recap on the C8 in, well, probably a couple hours. I'm going to try to film it tonight, compile it tonight, and upload it first thing for tomorrow. So, yeah, definitely subscribe so you see that. And then we go then we'll go tour the Corvette Museum on Sunday's video, and we'll do a comparison of the 2020 Camaro versus the 2018 and 2019 Camaros. We'll show the differences there, and in the meantime, we'll also have other shop videos because, well, we soup these cars up for a living. That's how I make my money. I soup, C7s, C6s, C5s, the new Camaros. I soup all that stuff up for a living. And the C8 concerns me because they did say that they'll be doing some over-the-air reprogramming, which scary. That's like my bread and butter, and that could hurt really bad. Let's see. Are you excited to put the C8 on the dyno and tune it? I am excited. Yes. I'm hoping that I can tune it. Why just 495 horsepower instead of 500? Is it lighter than the C7? I don't know. I didn't do any of that, but I imagine that the C7, well, the C7 supposedly is a little bit heavier than the C8. That's pretty crazy. C8 being lighter. Also, the horsepower wise, it's gonna be, I mean, 5 horsepower. I think that with the rear wheel numbers, I think the rear wheel numbers are going to show something that's much better looking than what the C7 guys are, because you're not going to have a lot of drivetrain loss that you had in the C7. So without that torque tube, which is it's a glorified drive shaft spinning at what, 7,000 RPM. Without, you know, that rotational mass in the car, you're going to get more power to the wheels. So 495 is probably going to look, I imagine that you're going to see those numbers at like 450 or higher to the rear wheels in bone stock form. That's my guess. I'm going to literally take my car, do a burnout, probably pop the rear tires unless somebody else does this before me, and then I'm going to literally drive it back to the shop and put it right on the dyno and find out what the hell it is. For instance, for those of you wondering, the Mustang, I don't mean to bring them into this, but the Mustang that is rated at like 460 horsepower right now, I've had them on my dyno putting down 450 rear wheel horsepower stock. So I'm hoping that this thing follows suit. We are here for 7 more minutes. We're 4 beers in and 1 bottle of water, and hoping that we don't wake up with a hangover, and can finish up the C8 video tonight with all the information that we have learned. I really have to go to the bathroom right now, but I'm going to try to hold it and not pee on the floor, because that'd be kind of rough. My wife would be pretty pissed. But our carpet did flood, so we're going to have to replace it down here. So I guess that's I guess I could do whatever I want. It is not all-wheel drive at the moment. They are rumored that the top of the line will be a hybrid all-wheel drive system making 1,000 horsepower. JB Raff, the MSRP of the Stingray is going to be sub $60,000. Mid-engine, sub $60,000, sub 3 seconds 0 to 60, 495 horsepower, 470 foot-pounds of torque, and 8-speed DCT transmission. Damn, I'm getting good at like knowing the specs of this thing. Piss in water bottle. That's not a bad idea. Will we see this in the next Transformers movie? Well, I mean, supposedly they're cutting out the Camaro, and shit, they went to a Beetle. Maybe that's why they went to a Beetle. Oh man, I didn't even think about that. I don't know, but I doubt that. If we're gonna see it in the new Transformers movie, it's probably gonna be, well, it's probably gonna be a Autobot, and if it's not, it's gonna be Crush, which will really suck. Oh my god, I'm getting messages all over the place. I'm sorry, guys. Yes, Sergio, the MSRP is gonna be sub $60,000 US. They are planning to come out with a right-hand drive, which is different, and that's, I don't know what the hell that's going to cost. But if you are in the United States, they are saying sub $60,000, but that probably doesn't include like the whatever dealer fees and transfer fees and all that other crap that like gets added onto your bill. So I imagine even though they're saying sub 60, it might still be more than 60. And that definitely doesn't include taxes. Let's see. Any more good questions? I'm trying to read them. I'm trying to keep up. We are down to a manageable level. Earlier, the level was just absolutely insane. I could not read any of the comments because we had like 9,000 some people on the video, which was awesome. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for spending that time with me. I do appreciate it. Ooh, top speed thoughts. That's a good question. So right now the C7 base model is limited to like 197. It is electronically limited. It's not even drag limited. It's like, why even put a limiter on if you're going to put the limiter that high up? And I imagine that this thing is, I feel like they're going to do the same thing. I think they're going to keep it under 200. And the reason why I think that they're going to keep it under 200 is because they did not mention it in the reveal. I think this car is capable of higher than 200, especially if the LS or LT1, the C7 Corvette, was capable of it with just a tune. I think that's good, but I'm guessing that it's going to be sub 200 miles per hour just because they didn't mention it. I feel like that's a big thing to mention. Like if they were going to put it at like 202 miles per hour or something like that, I feel like they would have mentioned it in the reveal. But that is an excellent question, and you know what? That is probably going to make it into the things we don't know section of my next video, which is, you know, what the next models are, what the things that, like the curb weight. We have guesses on it, but no confirmation, stuff like that. That's a really good one. And I thank you for asking that question, because that's a really, really good question. Navy Boy, there is no manual transmission. That it is a DCT only. Let's see. I'm just reading here. The Viper is dead. Okay, so we have 2 more minutes left, and I'm gonna recap what we learned tonight, and that is that we have a mid-engine Corvette that's been revealed. We've got pictures, the leaked pictures from today show a beautiful, beautiful Corvette, and there's me. Hi. Is this the, oh, this was me trying to like film something. I'm going to show you this just for shits and giggles, because it's kind of funny. Hey guys, welcome to the channel. I'm going to sneeze. That was me trying to like make a video today. So, and then I did another one. You got to go to the Complete Street Facebook channel. I literally did another one where I'm like, man, it's bright in here, and we lost power. I was like, oh shit, how are we gonna do YouTube live? But so anyway, we got a lot of good things going on. We got the images of the car, which these turned out to be legit images. It looks like this one has like a carbon flash package like I have on my C7 Corvette. See how the wing is black, this thing's black. I think that one of the cars there was, I think it was showing that this was like body color. In fact, this picture right here shows that that wing is body color, so I imagine that, you know, see the mirrors are body color there, but they're black on this guy. I imagine that that is going to be a package, so we'll probably include that. The logo is more V-shaped. The interior, this is a legit interior photo with a lot of the climate control jazz right in the center here, which is definitely different, but everything is cockpit-like. The car itself, I think, is beautiful. See, a lot of people were like, what the fuck is this? But I think the car itself is beautiful. It is 495 horsepower, 470 foot-pounds of torque. It is an 8-speed DCT transmission. It is coming in at sub $60,000 as a starting point, and 0 to 60 under 3 seconds. It is mid-engine, and yeah, I mean that's just, it's nuts. The car finally got rid of the leaf spring system. It looks like so. No more of that. Oh, we got the old shit on our Corvettes, and it does have a trunk and a frunk, so it's a forward trunk. Like says what they call it. It is a 6.2 liter V8 for those of you who are commenting right now. It is still a pushrod V8. It has a dry sump oiling system that has like some crazy pickup to it and a low profile oil pan. I guess it's a 3 sump pickup. I think that's what I heard. I'm not 100% sure. I'm gonna have to review the video, but it's going to be very, very impressive, supposedly. Basically, you will not be able to lose oil pressure. I mean, I'll probably lose oil pressure because shit happens, but you should not be able to. The electronics, at least tuning-wise, it's going to be a global architecture where they can actually reflash your car over the air, kind of like Elon Musk does to the Teslas when he wants it to do like Christmas dances and shit like that, or update autopilot because it keeps on killing people. So there is maybe something to be gained, something to be lost there. I'm not. They did not mention about the tuning market, probably because they're not interested in tuners at this point. They just want to sell the cars. They did not mention quarter minutes. Things are looking like a very, very capable car for sub $60,000. Very, very happy for it. I'm really excited. I put a deposit down, so subscribe to the channel because I'm going to do a big ass burnout when I get it, and probably pop the tires unless somebody else pops the tires before me. And yeah, that's it. That's all I got for tonight. I appreciate you guys for staying with us. We've been here for what, 3 hours? We've been live for 3 hours. 3 hours! That's crazy. Thank you guys. Subscribe if you haven't already. Hit that bell, all that fun stuff. I really appreciate you guys being with us here. And yeah, we'll see you on the next video. I do try to answer just about every comment that we get on our normal videos. The live videos are very hard to do because, well, there's a lot of comments, especially on this one when we had like 9,000 people on it at one point. It was very, very hard to read through any comment. I appreciate everybody for joining us, and especially those of you guys who have donated to us. That's awesome. Thank you. You guys are awesome. And now I'm going to go work a little bit more and get a good C8 video out for you guys tomorrow, and we'll just keep on plugging and chugging at the shop. Again, thanks for watching. Tune in to us tomorrow or Sunday at the very least. Also, as a recap, and thank you for the donation, as a recap, the car will also be right-hand drive. So it will appeal. We will have a Corvette for all markets, which is really cool. That is different than any other Corvette. That's it. That's it. That's all I got. Thank you again. Have a great night. Yeah, I'm going to try to turn this off now. There's an X right here. I'm going to press it. Here we go. I missed. Oh my God. Have a great night, guys.